I know that the bigger ones can fuck me up, but I also just think the bigger ones, they're mostly just chilling.
Like they want pets.
No, they won't.
No,
But if you don't mess with them, they probably won't mess with you.
Oh yeah.
Most of them,
it takes a lot of energy to move those big bodies around. They don't want to do it unless they have to, right?
Like,
yeah, but like they'll smell toothpaste and be like, "Yo, that's the shit I need."
I'm obsessed with this still being about gay men.
Okay, we're not talking about gay men anymore. This is true. I used to live in a town with a bunch of big crocodiles, and I was like really freaked out walking. And they're like, they're so lazy. Like, you really have to give them a reason to want to bite you.
A squirrel will fucking jump on you if they when they want to. Like,
yeah, the
small
things, do anything.
Yeah, the small things, they're the vicious ones.
The
big ones, if they do, they're gonna fuck you up. But if they rarely will do something.
I think the outlier here are the mountain lions.
If you're like large and in charge, you want to avoid a fight because like you get the easy prey, and then like you don't risk injury because the injury can still kill you slowly over time. So like the best way is not to fight. But if you're small and any fight could be deadly, then you got to be like on your fucking toes.
Welcome to this episode of Animal Planet discussion. What animals will kill you?
Small animals are YOLO mode, and the large animals are scared of dots. That's what I got.
Which, all of this to say, I think that the simple weapon I should bring is like a sling. Although realistically, it'll be my dad's crossbow because I don't know what other kind of weapon that I could find that I won't need extensive permitting for. And my dad has a crossbow.
Yeah, I know. That was like such a flex. Like, casual dad has a crossbow.
Well, deer hunting crossbow.
My mom has a spatula, all right? I've seen her use that thing. I think that geese are actually the creatures you need to be the most afraid of.
I mean, regionally, for me, probably mosquitoes, then alligators.
And geese.
Geese are nice.
Geese really scare me.
Yeah, they're sick. I like geese.
Feels like October.
Yeah, they're assholes. I love them.
Honk, honk, motherfucker.
I made a barbarian that was a geese once.
He did.
Yeah, it was the first time that and I still think it was such a cool character.
I was thinking about that one shot because I saw the I don't know if you guys have seen this tweet that I don't even know if it's viral or if it just has run in my spheres, but it's like Foghorn Leghorn. And it's like, I say, you're pissing too hard, boy.
Nope.
It's too late at night for that.
Can't say it's come across my desk.
Yeah.
You're you're aiming at the center of the bowl like you're trying to fry. I need to find it.
Trying to what now?
It's trying to fry. I don't know. I lost the. I don't have it by rote.
Well, while you look that up, I'm gonna run the intro. So, last week, there was a bit more travel, and then you all reached Thilomir, said goodbye to Lorch, tied up the horses, and head into town, which was on a bunch of elevated platforms in the midst of the swamp. Yvette and Elish grabbed some local mead from the Chunky Knobs public house, where they were directed to the location of the alderman that they were supposed to talk to. Meanwhile, the rest of the group approached a goblin trying to find their way to Oldu, who's another contact that they had. And from here, were also directed to where the alderman would be. Gabitha split off following Chop, the goblin that had been approached, to his home to meet Oldu, his wife. There, she also met with one of the first people who encountered the fog, Markagset, while the others got details of the broader situation from Alderman Tissu. With all of this information gathered, you ventured out into the swamp around mid-afternoon. Gabitha was able to keep track of north via magic. So the party was able to follow the directions that they had without getting lost. Eventually, you came upon the fog, the edge of the fog, I should say, but encountered a pair of lumbering masses of vegetation which ultimately charged. After a rough fight, the creatures were defeated, and you now sit at the edge of the purple fog with wounds to tend to. Speaking of, Elantra, you take 4 points of bleed damage.
I'd like to drink one of my potions, please. You just mark down me damage.
Oh my god, the tree has a token!
You said 4 points?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna pop a potion of Cure Light Wounds.
Okay, that will remove your bleed.
Potentially 2. What are those? 1d8 plus 1?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drop from the top of the tree. And then I'm gonna land very cool, like 3-point landing on the ground. And then I'm gonna just fall on the ground screaming.
I'm gonna pop one more, actually, unless anybody else badly needs one. Actually, no, I'm gonna do it anyway, and then you can have one if you want.
I'd say a number of people badly need healing, but...
Wait, is it this? Wait, is it? It is.
Slash R.
roll?
It's slash, yeah. I'm using... God.
Oof.
Hate to see it,
Wait,
but...
Did I roll mine?
No, it looks like
But
you
you-
just typed rolling 1d8
Yeah,
plus
I
1.
didn't. I roll rolling, not roll. God fucking damn it.
Excellent.
So I healed 9 total.
I'm gonna do another one, I guess.
Can I unbigify myself? Or no?
Dude!
Bigify?
Who bigified you? Is Elantra, right?
I am
Elantra.
biggened.
Okay.
Or how long am I biggened for?
It's just a couple minutes, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, so...
Become small.
Yeah, you will shrink back down to your normal size while everyone is tending to their wounds.
6 minutes. You're biggened for 6 minutes.
Yeah, we're not gonna stop like make camp, right? So that the thing of like making tea out of nature like we did that one time is not really that thing right now, right?
Asking for a friend.
Like bushcraft or whatever.
Yeah.
Field alchemy.
Field alchemy, there it is.
You certainly can do that, but it does take some time.
Yeah.
You don't like have to set up full camp necessarily, but like you would probably, depending on what you're trying to do, you might want like a fire made.
I'm just gonna drop all my last one. Holy shit!
Excellent.
I roll like fucking ass and I'm out of potions.
You might want to talk to
Perfect.
the guy who sold you the potions.
Truly.
Do you need more?
I mean, I'm like still like 21 points out of full, so I don't think I would heal fully with my potions anyway.
Do you want to carry more though, like to have them on your person?
I mean, I don't have the 3 ones that I had it, so
yeah, I'll give
it sounds
you,
like a yes.
I'll give you a couple.
Okay.
You can
It's just
take...
like just laying on the flat on the ground, chugging potions.
You can take 2.
Alright. Elish also offers to heal, I bet. I know Cure Light wounds, so maybe help a little bit.
I'm taking anything right now.
Is there a way to roll a spell roll, or do you just need to do what it says in the instructions?
You should be able to just click on the spell. It should do it. Oh, you did click on the spell.
Yeah, so what is the roll for that? Or is there one? Is it the purple number? There's like an 8 in parentheses.
Yeah, it did a bunch of numbers. Let me figure out. Okay, yes, it was this 8 that's in the middle of the text.
Okay, so
that was the healing roll.
Cast that for myself, so I'm going to heal 8, but I will roll again for... I bet. Hey.
Yeah, it's...
Hey! You're my hero.
It's extra complicated because you have spell failure. Wait, you're a... Are you divine spellcaster? I thought you were. You shouldn't be rolling spell failure.
Yeah, I think it's still right. I can go check the class again.
Pretty sure you are. Yep. Let me fix that then.
Wait, how heavy is it?
Side note, Gabby's also healing up.
There you go. It shouldn't be rolling spell failure anymore.
Thanks.
Question. Does the awakened tree, can it like talk out loud?
You can find out. I think currently it is like trying to figure out how to move and like get accustomed to things. So it's got these like 40 little trunklets that are sort of serving as legs, and it is sort of shuffling around in place, like turning and air quote looking around while you all are healing up.
I would like to talk to the tree. Or I guess I would first walk towards it, since I recall backing up further and further to try to do more damage with a small pebble.
Yes.
And I just want to like start to approach it, and I'd like to, if possible, make like a sense motive check. Because I am the one who awakened, it does not mean that it wanted that necessarily, or that it could want anything until that happened, and
right.
There's potential for complicated emotion.
Go for it.
I'm trying to, but my roll 20 is just chugging along.
Did any of us notice it? The fucking tree? Like
the tree was actively hitting things
us, right?
during the end of that fight, so I think you all noticed it. A tree that wasn't hitting things before started hitting things.
When Alondra like awaken it, did it like a beam came out of their chest and hit the tree, or is it just like magic?
There was some magical effect, but it was only visible to Elantra on account of their eyes. But I mean, the tree like started moving. It would have been very obvious.
For all that we know, a tree just started moving.
Sure.
I want Elantra to go to the tree like in Jurassic Park, like Chris Pratt on Jurassic Park with the Velociraptors, with the hand
out. Oh my god.
Yes, right on the bark.
Rolls a natural 20 on animal handling.
Dolph, is there a plant handling skill?
Can there be?
It's called herbalism.
Stop.
Unfortunately, no. But I think you're with a 10, you're just going to sort of struggle to get a read because there's no like discernible face to look at to read emotions from. You're not overly familiar with the body language of awakened trees, at least not of this species. So it's you're not getting much.
So it saw. I don't know if it sees. It may have perceived my using the pebble as a weapon. So I want to make sure the pebble is stowed away, and I want to approach it with like sort of open-handed. And when I get within like a comfortable speaking range, I can move my token. Please let me move my token. Website. Oh, it's so slow. It's so bad. I miss having my PC. I'd like to just like sort of approach it and just give it like a hello. And
it turns to quote face you as much as a faceless thing can face someone.
And then I say out loud, oh, of course, you don't have. And then I will cast a message. And I will send a message to the tree and say, hello, I have complicated feelings about having awakened you, but I owe to you to explain at least what happened. How would you like to be called?
Message.
I may be thinking of
grant a response.
I
don't think it does.
I could be thinking of 5e. Hang on.
They can whisper a reply that you hear, so it requires the ability to whisper in order to reply.
Yeah.
But what did you say again? First of all, you ended with what would you like to be called?
Yes.
In a sort of creaking of wood, very like Treebeard groany sort of way, you get over the course of like 8 seconds the word called.
Of course. I am called Hyundai Elantra. It is the sounds people make that refer to me.
What am I called? I don't know.
You may come to know in time. I imagine quite a lot is new to you and confusing. You and this is all still with the message cantrip, so like 25 DC 25 perception if you want to like sneak a listen here. That's not me making up, that's in the spell. I have a complicated relationship with magic. You will have some intuition of the weaves and ley lines that cross this world, breathe life, and bend the rules of reality around themselves to change things, to create things, to destroy things. And I, at times, have been able to rend these things to my control, to impart my will and want upon the world. But in some other ways, I have delved too deeply, and so often magic that I do not intend flows from myself. Which is not to make your new consciousness any less than. I do not think that the accident of one's birth makes any greater or lesser value for them. But you were, as the other trees of the swamp are, your goals, your conceptions of self, your conceptions of the world were largely, if you'll excuse the word, rooted in the desires for growth, for propagation. You were to remain in a spot and make it your own for tens or perhaps even hundreds of years, to absorb water, to absorb sunlight, to grow further, to branch out, to drop saplings, and I have changed that for you. I do not know if this is a good or a bad change, but it is one I have wrought, and for that I feel some responsibility to explain things to you. I imagine much of what I've said does not make sense yet. It may take much time for it to, but your kind are long-lived, patient, in a way as are mine. So, I have duties now that may take me away from here, but while my companions right themselves, feel free to ask questions and I will answer them to the best of my ability.
I am tree, but they do not move like I. You are not tree either. What? And then a branch points out at you.
I am an elf, an eladrin. We, largely look much like myself. we it is difficult to define the very being of oneself in broadest terms. We are a people, a collective of beings who each possess, to one degree or another, a similarity of consciousness that is not unlike the one you have lately been granted. We, in our most natural state, are ambulatory. We walk. We, as a people, we are artful. Others describe us as graceful. We live long. We see many revolutions of the world, many sunrises and sunsets. We are all beings, but we have a different sort of consciousness than what you had before, a different goals, even at the basest biological levels. But now you are similar to us in a way.
The leaves sort of shake as the top of the tree moves in a roughly nodding motion. And there's a bit of pause, and then one branch each points at the remains of the creatures that you were fighting. They are like me.
Can I make an Arcana or Nature check? I want to discertain to some degree the nature of those shambly dudes.
Yeah.
Which would you like?
Nature. Okay. They are, or were, shambling mounds. They're like collections of rotting vegetation, most often found in swamps and forests. They're sort of created when, like, I don't want to say many, but there's a certain sort of classification of creature that tends to pop up when there's just like a collection of magic in an area that sort of suffuses into the environment in a way. So some amount of uncontrolled energy got into some plants, and they started going around in this mound-like form. I think with a 27, you're also going to get that these were under some other influence, because their behavior was like too. It was not particularly natural. So there was maybe something else going on with them. But they're not like, they weren't plants, like a single plant that got up and walked away, right? They're collections of a bunch of other stuff. They pick things up as they move around. They slough off other things.
And you said it was rotting vegetation, yeah?
Mostly, yeah.
Okay.
I guess it's dead stuff, definitely. So some of it's rotting, some of it's more recently dead and hasn't quite gotten there.
Is it more similar to like an undead or a construct than it is a living thing?
Mechanically speaking, no, but I think the actual answer is yes.
Okay. They are similar to you in a way, but different. Like you, they became mobile and ambulatory through magic. They're like created when there is excess magic in a place, similar to you. But there are marked differences. Not least of which that you are living. You will grow. You will propagate. You may bloom. Still, they were not. They had ceased to respond to stimuli and then were animated as they were also controlled or set forth on a purpose, and you have free will. I regret that upon your first waking, I issued to you a command. Because I do not wish for you to have to obey others. I think that you should define what your place is. But no, they are not like you. Not in the ways that are important. They had no consciousness. They would not understand any of what I say, and not for being confused, but for not having the capability to, even. They were a wrought thing, a constructed thing. You grew. You were progenited, and you have made yourself into the presence that you are. And I, through a conduit, have given you thinking.
Did we lose you?
Did we?
Maybe I just lost the last couple of words.
What was the last thing you heard?
Have given you.
Oh, I said thinking. Very breathily.
Ah. Discord did not like it.
Yeah, typical.
You cannot make this bold of acting choices on Discord, you.
I'll have you know, I took an improv 101 class 4 months ago, so
Expert.
shout out to Big Couch Nola.
The branches point to a couple of the other trees around. They still grow?
They do. As might you. Hey Dolph.
Yeah.
Does Enerdim have like a working cell theory? Do they know about organelles and shit?
No.
What level of explaining how plants work can I give this tree?
Like food from the sun and the soil and water. Cool. In order to grow. I think basically the level of knowledge that comes with agriculture.
And the question was, they still grow? Question mark, as it points to their trees. Yes, as well you might. I know less of this than I wish, but your kind draws from water and soil and sunlight, and through that grows taller and wider and reaching and forms a canopy above that absorbs the warmth and the rays of the sun above, and through perhaps a magic of your own is taller, wider, stronger, reaching ever upward, root delving ever deeper.
What now?
Well, you have much that you can learn. You have much that you can teach. Uh, you have... There are many paths that you could walk. You may choose to keep down your roots, to live here as you were, to observe and grow. You may choose to attempt to travel, although there are many places which may not be so hospitable to you, both in the sense of the circumstances of your existence, and also the environment in which you need to thrive. Among elves, we tend to think of shorter-lived races as brash. The human may, within a lifetime, build an empire and see it fall. But over the course of hundreds of years, we elves are less pressed by ambition. And where we are, it often comes to bite us. And I think as Elantra is saying this, you can kind of see them twisting their ring on their finger. And can I make a weave break check as I think about ambition?
Yes. Since this isn't tied to a spell, I think ultimately it's up to you whether this pops something.
I think there... I think what happens in this moment is, as I think on that, that's probably the moment that Sirius unembiggens. Like that spell like snaps off as I'm thinking about this, and you just sort of this will be a little off the deep end here.
Okay.
For the real humans in this call. Do y'all know like heat lightning?
Mm-hmm.
Not real.
Yeah.
Stop.
So like, I don't know if y'all have ever like felt in the air that there will be heat lightning, but maybe you can't see it yet. But I think that most of you who don't have some degree of spellcasting cannot see the arcane sparks and the travelings of the weave as the spell releases, and Elantra's magic is doing shit. But I think those of you who have some degree of spellcasting or innate magic sort of see little sparks that pop around in the way that heat lightning does in the sky, where you maybe don't see the direct bolts, but you can see little flashes and hints that it is there if it is not present and concentrated.
Is it like flashing right around you, or is it just like in the general area?
I can't think of the name for the little like firework things that like it's just like paper with some sawdust and gunpowder, and like you throw them at the ground, they make a pop.
Oh yeah, the little yeah, I know what you're talking about, the little popper things.
We call them
Yeah,
poppers.
that's kind of what I'm thinking of. It's like if some like giant 12-year-old threw like a fistful of those around the clearing, and they just kind of pop in the air and around. It's sort of that sort of thing, but without the sound. In like arcane-y purples and blues.
So Gabitha is snoring in a corner just because she's real tired. And I think she wakes up because she feels the lightning, and she kind of blinks her eyes and goes, "Oh, did you make friends with the nice tree, dear?"
I think Sirius also is going to definitely sense this moment in some way or another.
Can Elish, as a divine
I'm trying to figure out how Sirius would react to this. I'm not actually sure yet what he would do.
I think Elantra goes on waxing kind of philosophically about all the things that the tree could do with themselves, whether they become like this patient teacher or like a guardian of the swamp, or if they just like spend their life in learning and are become like a philosopher, or if they try to like teach themselves some sort of magic. And I'm just like going through this list of all these sort of like high and noble pursuits that this tree could undertake.
Did Elish find any mushrooms?
Absolutely. There's fungi of all sorts around here. They would be very easy to find.
Ones that you can eat, or like poisonous ones, or both?
Hopefully both.
I would need a survival check, I think, in order to find a specific kind.
He wants both, but it's like whatever he can find.
Oof.
So
not the best, not the best. Within 11, you know the difference between the poisonous ones and the edible ones, but perhaps don't know like what the poisonous ones do, you know? Like you just know at a high level, avoid these ones. These ones are okay. So you're able to do that sort of sorting, but both types are available. I would say this like big patch here is gonna be edible ones, and then there's patches of poisonous ones elsewhere scattered around.
Which ones got you high?
oh, with that roll, Elish isn't sure.
Yeah, definitely not. You would have to just start eating them to find out.
Well, there's only one way to know it.
That's a big no-no.
Before you do that, Wilby, the last time I was in a campaign with a kobold, they died by eating a fungus. Like straight, like failed the one con save that could have saved them, and then just died for the whole campaign, and it was like really derailing. So just be aware of that.
There were some purple fungi growing on the shambling mounds that you fought. If you want to go and take a bite of them.
Elish is gonna harvest the definite edible ones from the mound.
And Elantra, after you finish your little spiel about the potentialities of existence.
I do want to add one other thing that occurred to me that I would probably cover is for the next few days, I think that the tree should remain in the swamp, if only because they could be frightening to the people in the village nearby, and that we would like to give both the tree and the people warning so that they do not come at odds with one another and have something horrible happen.
Okay.
Just like a don't cross the road without permission.
I think there's probably a couple minutes of silence, and then I will look.
These two. I would like to speak with you again. But you should walk. You should learn and think and decide for yourself, and we have other business to attend to. Be careful. There are things here now that are less natural even than yourself and could mean you harm.
And then it sort of scuttles away and splashes into the swamp water nearby, begins to head elsewhere.
Did you all say how big the tree was?
Not. I mean, I guess it's a little bit smaller than the biggest ones around, but it certainly wasn't like a new growth. I don't have specific numbers for you, though. I'm sorry. Mechanically,
no, okay.
It is of size large, so...
No, it's just because you said scuttling away, so I'm just picturing this, like, giant tree, just like...
Yeah, I don't think it's particularly, like, comfortable to watch it walk, because, again, the way these trunks work, is very much like some trees I don't know the name of in real life that grow in, like, wetland areas. Where
Mangroves!
Mangroves!
Yeah, that would be one of them, I guess. They just have lots of little trunks going into the water. So it's sort of using those as many feet. So it's like millipeding its way through the water.
Ooh.
There's also probably like a giant hole left from where it was.
Oh yeah. There's a big hole in the dirt there.
This is a question that just occurred to me, but if it has many trunks and it grows in sort of an area that I'm assuming the ground is quite soft and watery, so it probably has a very like wide and shallow root system, yeah?
Yeah.
Like an all-terrain tree.
Yeah, so I mean I think at the bottom, I mean you can't see them now because it's they've been submerged in water, but there's definitely like a almost like not flippers, almost like a snowshoe sort of effect to the many roots that go like really wide at the base of it. Gonna be very hard to trip this tree.
As the tree is scuttling away, I have a question. I don't know if this is Elantra should answer or Dolph if you should, but Gabitha wants to look at Elantra and try to figure out how they feel.
Well, you can make a sense motive, but it's going to be up to Elantra what you get from it.
Can I do a roll about this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sense motive off.
Is there a deception in this system? Or is it just all
Bluff?
under diplomacy? Bluff, that's the one. Okay. I think you read on Elantra a sense of yeah, because you read the shit out of me.
It's the grandma energy.
There's both some wonder, some pride, but also like the feeling the feeling of nearly averting a catastrophe, the like shaking of like this could have been horrible, right? Like the knowledge that like the thing that happened this time was good and interesting. The thing that could happen next time could have blood running like rivers.
Okay.
But I think that also in the conversations, because I think at a certain point Elantra was mumbling them out loud, more than just the whisper that the message spell requires. And certainly that the sounds the tree were making were probably not so subtle. I think that you also get a sense that like because it did not go badly this time, they're going to make sure that it does not cause harm. And that's kind of where their head is. It's like a very practical, like, the really bad thing didn't happen this time. So I'm going to make sure this goes as well as possible. And I have responsibility about it.
And during this interaction, do you think, Elantra, that because the way, if I remember correctly, the way I narrated the bleeding effect was it was like a lightning-like tear up your forearm, and that would have been healed at least somewhat by your potions. But do you think there's a visible effect left for that maybe Gabitha picks up on, or that you glance down to during this, or anything like that, or would that you think have been completely concealed?
I'd say probably at that ambition moment when I was fiddling with the ring and with the arcane sparks. I think that after my hand left the ring, it unconsciously went further up the arm to the like scarring. And it was just sort of like rubbing it. I think Elantra also wears quite wide, flowy sleeves, and so when they sort of pick their arm up, it's like bent at the elbow, sort of their hand level with their shoulder, and they're just like rubbing along where the fresh wound is still pink, but healing. I think it's visible, yeah.
Gabitha just Gabitha is next to Elantra, so she lifts herself off where she was snoozing before, but she just leans over and says, putting a hand on Elantra's shoulder, but avoiding where she feels like the injury happened. Just, I hope you see your friend again. I think it's going to be okay. So, and that's it. And she turns and starts to walk back towards the rest of the group.
I think Elantra kind of looks over their shoulder at Gabitha and then lets out like a sigh that could mean a lot of emotions, but I think it's the one that to them it's out of my hands now. And before Gabitha is out of earshot, I think Elantra just says, I think we'll see them soon.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. So, as the newly birthed tree sort of sloshes its way off into the distance, you've all had a chance to heal up a bit and do a little bit of gathering. What would you like to do now? You're on the edge of this purple fog, which continues to sort of shift about unpredictably.
Can we see like the top end of the mist? Like how high it is?
No, because it sits a couple of inches above the surface of the water and sort of extends up to the tree line, or the like leaf line, I guess, of the trees. So it's unclear if it keeps going up or if that's truly just it stops at the leaves. It's hard to say.
For the sake of time saving, when Elantra was doing the whole spiel for the tree, can I go have a quick conversation with Elish?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go, Elish, hey, how strong is your bird?
What are we comparing it to?
Comparing with like, can it carries me? Can it carry me?
I think he could probably, I think she could probably carry you. I haven't trained her to do that kind of thing yet, though.
I just up. I just want to see if the fog just keeps going up. Maybe if I can see something in the distance. Maybe like where the fog stops. I also want to know if we can see the lizard thing that the planes were looking at that just ran away. Just up and then down. I mean, if the bird can do it by itself and you guys can talk, I don't know how it works.
I think that would be something that Save can do on her own. Sorry, Dolph, just to check. Is that normal companion communication?
So, I mean, the limitation here is it's an animal companion and not a familiar, so you don't have that like telepathic connection that lets you communicate more complicated ideas. But I think it's certainly within the realm of possibility that you can get like a danger, no danger sort of thing. But probably it would take a little bit of doing in the form of a couple of handle animal checks to like identify, okay, purple stuff bad. If you go up, is there still purple stuff? Like, so I think it's possible, but it's not free.
Does casting Speak with Animals change that at all?
Almost certainly.
Okay. If that makes it better, then yeah.
You could save the spell slot and the thing could just go up with me. I look at the look forward and then go down.
The Speak with Animals is 3 casts per day, so I'm not worried about the spots. Yeah. But if Yvette is really into being lifted up, we can try that too.
I don't think I'm incredibly into it. I'm not opposed to it, but I'm very scared of dropping it.
Okay.
It's not the height that's the problem; it's the fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've never trained to do that kind of thing, so I would hate for her to drop you.
Maybe it's a thing for the future.
Yeah,
if we survive, we can like team up and then teach the vulture to carry me.
I'll ask her how she feels. But yeah, I guess I will cast Speak with Animals and ask Save.
Can we change the token name from Elish Companion to the name of the bird? Because I keep forgetting.
Is that something I can do?
Yes, I can do it.
Yeah. Thanks. Guess it just look pretty.
Thank you. So Elish cast Speak with Animals and asked Save to see if the fog stops above the trees. And what was the other thing?
the lightning lizard that the evil trees were looking for. Like
what,
they were
what about them?
just to see what it is, if something happened, if the fog got to them and they became mutant lizards, Godzilla of lightning. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, whether the fog stops above the trees, and I guess, and whether it extends further east or not, and then whether the lizards are still nearby.
Okay. So yeah, looking at the speak with animals spell, I think this is easy. Your vulture's obviously very friendly with you, so it's gonna happily do what you say, and I don't think any of this is super complicated once you have access to language. So she flies up above the canopy, which maybe takes a little bit of doing to find a spot where there's an opening, because there is quite heavy cover, tree cover, but it's a bird. They're good at that sort of thing. Probably, well, do you impose any limits on how far she should look? Namely for the lizards? It'd be pretty quick to see if there's purple fog above the trees or not, but
I think the lizards is like within 300 yards or so.
okay. Then I think she disappears probably for a couple of minutes, returning in time to not lose the speak with animal spell.
Yeah.
Because I think you got like 5 minutes on that. So probably she's gone for like 2 or 3 minutes. And upon returning, you will be told that there is no haze above the trees, and that there's no sign of the lizards, but also it's just like it's very difficult to see past the trees, so past the leaves.
Okay.
So if they're on the ground, it would be very hard to say if they were anywhere nearby or not. But they're not on top of the trees.
And did she see whether the fog extends eastward very far?
No, because it didn't extend above the trees.
Got it.
So from up there, you can't see
Where
how far it goes down here.
Okay.
And unfortunately, down here, it's sort of... It doesn't, like, stack up in the way that normal fog does, like IRL. Like, you don't get, like, a wall where you can no longer see past it just because there's a bunch of fog in the way. It's more like a filter, sort of. So you can't tell how far it goes from here.
It's just kind of a haze.
Yeah.
Elish conveys all of this to Yvette and the party.
Okay, now I'm out of ideas.
Yeah.
Elantra speaks with trees. Elish speaks with birds. I'm just gonna start speaking with my gun.
Well, we could stay on the perimeter of the fog and try to walk, west or east around it.
The crocodile disappears, by the way.
No.
Oh, you should have tried to make the crocodile go into the fog.
Yeah, what if we
That
want
would
to
be cruel.
Crocodile's gone now anyway, apparently. So
It only
Yeah.
lasts a couple of minutes, so I think it's at some point during the
tree monologue.
yeah, either during the tree monologue or, if we're being generous, around when you started sending the vulture out. it would have disappeared.
If we try and go around, Sirius votes east.
Gabitha chimes in. What if we just stick a hand in, see what happens to the fog?
I tend to agree with Gabitha. I feel that we, at some point, to get to the core of what's at this, we have to get to the core of what's at it. It means probably entering the fog.
I also think we gotta enter the fog.
I mean, I bet we could just hold on to you pretty easily and
Stick you in and see what happens.
Stick his head in and pull him out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For the greater good.
Ivet is crazy enough that he might be willing to do it.
Honestly, I'm
Around
down.
Torpedo.
I'll hold on to you.
I'm down.
I'll
We
hold on to
make
one
like a
leg.
human like one holds on the other one's hand and hold the other one's hand, and we make like a.
It's the human wheelbarrow race. Like so, it's like your hands and head can go into the fog, but we're holding your legs.
Yeah, sure, let's do it. Fuck it.
What if we
Fantastic.
tied a rope around your middle?
Double protection. Yeah.
I don't know. Dangling him with arms outstretched sounds more fun.
It does. It does sound way more
sound
fun.
It's certainly
I
a
do agree.
more humorous image.
I think we
Given
could
the
do this
water
one.
levels, though, and the length of Ivette's arms relative to his head, it does seem a little iffy, though. Might have some like T-Rex going on up there.
Ivet, you want to do this?
Sure.
I pick up Ivet. Now yell if
Fantastic.
something feels weird, and I'll pull you out.
Okay.
All right, let's go up to the fog then.
Bog in a bog.
Sirius has like Ivet on his hands, on his front, and then Ivet has his gun on his hands on the front. He's gonna go gun first into the.
So I'm just, am I just gonna hold you into the fog, Ivet?
Yeah, sure.
Are you going? Is there any sort of like angling happening, or are you just holding him as if he were standing like upright and shoving his whole body in?
Because we don't want your hands in there.
Yeah, I think we're doing some angling, right?
I think we should wheelbarrow it. I'm telling you.
So head first.
Yeah.
Yeah, unless Ivet protests.
Yeah, go for it.
All right.
Guys, if it's
Not
the
a
air
super
that makes
controlled
people evil. I bet needs to breathe the fog so we know if it's deadly.
What if he just like
I'm gonna hold my breath.
wiggled his tail into it or something first?
That's a good idea. Do you want your tail in first for a second, Ivet?
Sure. Let's put the tail first.
Let's hokey pokey into the haze.
Do
Tail
the
in.
hokey pokey.
Yeah.
Well, the issue will come when you have to turn yourself about.
That's what it's all
Does
about.
anything happen when we stick Ivet's tail into the fog?
Nothing. Certainly nothing that anyone notices.
All right.
My favorite words.
When I
You ready,
stick,
Ivet?
when I take my tail out, is it still there?
Your tail, yeah,
Nice.
it emerges safely from the fog.
Okay. Okay, now my head.
All right,
Turn me.
We turn Ivet around, put him at an angle, and stick his head in.
Okay.
That's what it's
I'm
all
holding my breath.
about.
I'm holding my breath for the first.
You're holding your breath.
Yeah, just to be safe for a little bit.
Okay. Why did
Yeah, I
do
think
this
we
to
need
myself?
you to take a breath.
Just for a second.
Where are the spells?
Does anything happen to Ivet that I can notice?
Certainly, like as you dunk his head in, you don't notice anything.
What do
Really
I
don't like
see?
the phrasing going on here.
Yeah, I'm hating that.
Why do I see?
If I cast notice anything that'll happen, will that make a difference?
Notice plot.
Yeah. That spell that exists, you know?
Yvette, you are not dizzy, but you become sort of unsure of where you are, what direction is up, what is down. But you do get a sense that you should go a particular way, like a desire to go west.
Is it a desire like enough to like not to try to like leave Sirius hand and start walking? Is it like compulsion thing, or I just feel like, oh, I should go?
Yeah.
Yeah, what?
You really think that what you should do is head that direction. Like there's something waiting for you to arrive.
So it's a compulsion thing. So I think I'll try to like I start wiggling, trying to leave Sirius' hands.
What's your
This is
strength,
like-
Sirius?
My strength is 18.
It's only 3 times I bet, so it's probably
Yes,
pretty
it's
hard.
Yeah, I think like this wiggling is pretty ineffectual. Obviously, you notice that he's doing it, Sirius, but there's several seconds of wiggling, I bet, that aren't going to produce any effect. But eventually, you know, holding something heavy out in front of you does get tiring, and it gets a little harder to hold him. So I think after a couple seconds, we need like opposed strength checks. Or maybe like an escape artist from you, I bet, would work. Or an acrobatics, maybe I could be coerced to accept.
And sorry, we're all standing around watching this, right?
Can
Yeah,
Sirius
I mean,
say, like,
unless
hey, he's struggling.
you specifically don't want to. Yeah. I mean, visually, he got shoved into the fog and like 6 seconds later started trying to like wiggle his way out of the grip.
We should probably pull it back.
Pull
yeah.
him back. Pull him back.
Oh yeah, pull him back. I pull him out of the fog.
Do we have to do like a roll off or something?
Yeah, I think as you try and pull back, I want I think escape artist probably makes the most sense from you, Yvette, and strength from Sirius.
Just like a straight strength check.
Yeah. Oh my god.
I wanted to roll strength just for the funsies. Wait, that's big for me.
That's actually huge.
That's incredible.
Why is it that Yvette,
Oh no.
whenever you roll strength,
Yeah.
you hit some huge
Yeah.
number? It always works out. I think you've crit 2 strength checks.
You
Of
just
the,
need
like,
to be a
5
strength-based
total
class
you've ever
again,
made.
and you'll just dominate the entire game. It's all day.
So there's a lot of fight coming from Yvette, but you are able to pull him out of the fog. Yvette, nothing has changed for you. You still feel the same way. Once
Do I
you've been
still
pulled
want to
out.
go?
Yes. You still
But
you don't know where you are or like what direction is what, except for the one direction that you want to go.
Can Gabby get close? Because I feel like she and Yvette they're good. And can she be like, Yvette, what's wrong? Dear, you're okay. We're here. Why are you trying to get away?
Can I say something, or is it literally just like I need to go there, and I just like numb going east? Like, am I still conscious enough to speak and convey words?
Yes, you are.
I've
But
stopped
you're-
struggling.
You believe very strongly that the correct course of action is to walk west.
Guys, I believe very strongly that the correct course of action is to go west.
Well, why do you need to go west, dear? Why? Okay, what you want to go west right now?
It's
If
just
you-
I just believe that it's correct.
If you stop struggling and go with the group, we will go west.
Oh. Okay.
Is West into the fog?
Yes.
Is that
Gabitha, can she? Okay, because Gabitha, being Ivette's best friend, can tell. Like everyone can tell. Like Ivette's acting super weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I said Ivette is struggling too, if anyone didn't notice.
Can
by struggling? He means I'm like just like flapping my legs on the air because he's holding me, and that's the most I can do. I'm 3 feet tall, 6 strength.
because I was Dolph, I was close enough when Elantra was talking to the tree, and so I heard about the mounds, and then so I heard the explanation from there. But I also see Ivette acting not like Ivette. Can I cast suppress charms and compulsions on Granny Instinct?
Yeah, I think so. I think that makes plenty of sense.
And
That's a
Ivette,
thing
when
you
I
can
when I
do?
pulled you back, now I've pulled you into my chest, and I'm like hugging you from behind to hold you in place. I'm not like holding you out anymore.
I'm still wiggling, trying to wiggling.
You can wiggle,
just-
but now I've just
Yeah.
like got my arms tight around you, and you're like back to my chest.
Yeah, it's probably doing nothing. Like my wiggle is probably doing
So
nothing.
now your arms and legs are just like kind of flailing around.
So I'm definitely suppressing charms and compulsions between the two options. And so I'm concentrating, and I'm like, I bent down, which I'm not that tall, but I'm looking Ivette right in the eyes and say, Ivette, we're here. It's okay. It's okay. We want to figure out what's wrong. Look at me. It's me, Gabitha, your baker.
Okay, I bet as soon as she completes the casting of this spell, you get that sense of direction goes away. You no longer feel like you need to go that way, but you do still feel lost.
Do you recognize me, Ivette? Right? We're your friends.
You still recognize everyone.
Guys,
Yeah, we're here. We're here. It's okay. I look at Sirius and I mouth, don't let go.
Sirius nods back to show that he understands what Gabitha was saying.
so I don't have the compulsion to go into it, but I still like feel like I should go into it.
For 36 seconds, you do not feel that you should go into the fog any more than you did before you got your head stuck in the fog.
Just for 36 seconds?
You are only able to hold that spell for 1 round per level.
No.
So 6 seconds times 6.
But like, I remember I remember that I wanted to go, right?
Yes. And I sent you a message.
Yeah, I saw it. I just don't know how to answer it. It is last GM. Can I say
Mhm. There's nothing controlling
Okay.
your behavior. For 36 seconds, you are
Alright.
Ivette. You're
Okay.
just confused.
Okay. Guys, it's weird. I really wanted to go east, west. I really
West.
wanted to go west. There was something like really trying to make me go west. I heard a voice in my head. It says, "Come to me."
Oh my gosh. Okay. This is concerning. Okay.
Did it say that in your head?
In my head. It was weird.
Okay. Wait, and did you want to hurt us because we weren't letting you go west?
I don't think so.
No.
Okay. That's
I
good.
just really wanted to go west.
Okay. Well, Well, I bet. I mean, we want to keep you safe.
I'm
So,
sure you guys want to. I trust you all. I
yeah.
trust Elish a little bit less because I know him for last time, but it's nothing personal. It's just
Okay, I think the suppression falls away, and you once again feel this very strong urge to walk back into the haze.
I start struggling again. Start like wiggling again.
Ellis runs up to try to help Sirius restrain him.
I'm not that strong.
But you're rolling high.
I'm so happy that we chose the really.
You tie his feet up so he can't just walk away while I'm holding him.
Yeah, I can do that.
Should we tie him to your belly?
We could just tie him to my back. Just strap him to my back.
If we
Like a
still
little-
had
like a
the
little
fucking
backpack.
tree, we should tie me into the tree that can walk.
I explained, by the way, to the party. I said, I'm gonna see if I can get whatever's bothering him off of his mind. And I say, it doesn't seem like it's working anymore.
Wait, Yvette, how much do you weigh?
Not a lot. I wrote somewhere.
Exactly. A dog carrying backpack. You're 30
That's
pounds.
all my weight.
Yeah,
that's all my
you can be
weight.
strapped to my
30
back.
pounds
That's no
plus your
problem.
gear, which is not very much gear.
He can be strapped to my back, no issues.
Alright, I help
there is-
his back.
Who is standing closest to me? I mean, we're all up in here. I feel either Alesh or Elantra. Who's closer?
Yvette, you can choose if you want to face forward
not.
or if you want to face backwards on my back.
I wanna face west.
I'm gonna lean into.
Understood. All right.
Great answer.
Yvette,
However you want.
the effect leaves you. Rather, the compulsion leaves you. You are still confused.
I don't think I want to face west anymore, guys. I'm very confused, though.
We're confused too.
This could be a trick. Keep him on your back for now.
Gabatha leans to Alesh.
In my backpack, head
I'm
sticking out.
absolutely fine, guys.
Gabatha leans
Hey,
into.
why don't you stay in my backpack for a while? I'll carry you.
Okay,
Honestly, I'm fine. I don't
Rest
really
your
like
legs.
walking, but I'm fine.
the confusion
legs are
lifts
very
as
short.
well. You are now fully right of mind.
Am I right of mine? And so I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I don't want to walk. I was just gonna let people put me on their back.
You can be
Valid.
my backpack. That's fine.
Because I was gonna say, Gabatha leaned to Alesh and said, "Should we take his gun away?"
Maybe, but that might set him off.
Did I
said it
hear
to
that?
Yeah.
Did I hear that?
If Gabatha's whispering, I need a perception check for you to overhear. DC 25. Nope.
I didn't heard it. Are you guys calling to get my gun?
I just said it to Alesh, so I
Oh.
was waiting to see what he said.
He says he seems to have calmed down for now. Maybe not.
Okay. All right.
We can be a turd again.
I think the fog is not a good idea to walk through.
No, I get that impression. Oddly enough, I do think we should head west, though.
Okay. So how would we not walk into the fog? Try to find around it?
I think that's our best option.
Okay.
Let's
I
try
wanna
that.
remember, you guys, that something on my head said, "Come to me," and it was very creepy. But also, the thing that said come to me is probably the thing that is doing the fog, which means we're probably gonna have to kill it.
Could you tell what it sounded like?
Oh, the fog is moving, guys.
It is moving, yeah.
We should move.
Wait, Yvette, you're on my back. You're not actually in it.
No, yeah, no, I'm on your bag, yeah.
I'm backing up. Do we want to go left or right to try and get around this fog? It's
I think we want west.
West is into
west
the
is
fog.
into the fog.
West
So south?
Or east and north, and maybe circle around.
I think east. I'm voting east and north because it looks like it's kind of curling in on us on the south side.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Let's move.
Okay, so you're trying to go northeast up and around the fog to looking for
Yes.
like the top of it, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay. As you walk, it I guess it becomes clear that this fog extends quite a ways, but it is mostly holding to your left, so it's mostly to the west of you. As you continue north, you don't have to go that far east to get to, or to like stay around it.
Okay, that's good.
I think probably if you just keep going, you walk for like 30 minutes before it looks like it starts to stop extending north. That was very awkwardly phrased, but like you can start going left without walking into the haze again.
Okay. Does that kind of give us an idea how big this fog cloud is with some like basic math understanding or no?
Yeah, you got some smart folks. You can work it out, I guess.
Okay.
I will say it because it's sort of undulating.
Assuming it's a general circular shape.
Yeah, it's not. You're doing definitely like a rough napkin math on this. It's clear that it isn't just a circle.
Okay.
Or a dome or whatever. It is moving about in a less well-defined manner. But you can ballpark it.
Okay.
So how many square furlongs do we think it is?
Man, I don't know what a furlong is.
I don't really know what it is either.
I think, I guess trying to do this in a measure of time spent walking rather than actual distance, you were probably a little bit above the halfway mark when you started walking north. So maybe it would take like an hour and a half to walk the full length to length. Assuming it doesn't get bigger. Or like shift one direction or another. But I guess that also means you could walk about 45 minutes and you might be around the center.
Okay. We don't have a way into the fog without going crazy, do we?
Not I.
Yeah, we've kind of hit my magic limit.
What time is it during the day?
I think it is. Let's see. It was like mid-afternoon. Oh, it's gonna be starting to get. Well, it's summertime equivalent. So I guess the sun's not setting till late, but let's say it's like 7 p.m. So
Okay.
there's
So at
not a
this
lot of
point,
there's not a lot of daylight left.
so at this point, we might be wanting to look at finding a safe place to camp and keep watch to make sure the fog doesn't roll over our camp.
Sorry, I didn't mean to click that, but I was going to ask if I could use detect magic while we're walking around it to try to learn more about it.
That's smart.
Elantra, do you remember how much information you got when
I think
you first
you
saw it?
told me basically that there are like a bunch of spells I could think of that would give a similar effect, but like I'm not sure which one it is.
Was that from you seeing it or just based on descriptions? I don't remember.
I don't remember.
I think that was a knowledge check. Like
Yeah,
Arcana.
that does sound like an Arcana check that I made back in the day.
Okay.
But I'll join or help this roll for detecting magic.
As we walking like the surrounding of the fog, do we see like either the lizard that was seen earlier? Like, do we see shit running from it?
I think you see quite well, not the opposite, but something perhaps unexpected in that there doesn't appear to be any difference in the normal wildlife behavior around this fog. Like you still see like bugs flying in and out, various things like scurrying around or swimming through the waters, both towards and away from the fog.
Okay.
I have a question, and it just occurred to me now. In our last fight, we were fighting creatures that were the creatures in the fog at the time?
No.
Okay. So we don't. I was kind of. I'm thinking of Gabitha, who grew up in like a mountainy area, which had fog. I was in that thought. I'm thinking about like fog dissipates when you have fire. Like, I guess I was wondering if any of our like hits had gone through the fog, and like if we had seen or noticed any changes in the fog as a result of like heat or fire. But I don't remember if that even happened.
I don't think so. I mean, there was some like lightning magic and stuff and like fire magic that happened, but none of it was particularly close to the fog that you would be able to say one way or another if it had an effect. Most of the fighting happened like 30 feet away.
Oh.
Do you want to test it? And then I point my gun into the fog.
Real quick, for this detect magic stuff that's
detect
happening,
magic.
you get one aura, and it's the whole ass fog. It is of... Wait, I always have to check what the like fucking level cutoffs are for minor and moderate and major. Ba-ba-ba. It is of moderate strength.
Hmm.
If you want to get spell schools, I need knowledge arcana checks.
Oh, you already know. Once Roll20 lets me get to that part of my character sheet.
Is this a check I can help out with, or no, since I didn't cast Detect Magic? I'm assuming no.
I think you would have to also cast Detect Magic.
Did I prepare it? Let's see. I didn't. Never mind. I didn't
Imagine
prepare
having
it.
to prepare Detect Magic. Couldn't be me.
I often don't because you have special eyes.
Yeah.
Neither of you know.
I should just prepare it from now on anyway.
Man, a 6 and an 8 on the die. Unlucky.
Yeah, basically, spooky cloud is moderately spooky.
Does anyone have a match? Maybe Gabitha actually has a smoker voice. Anyone got a light?
No.
Welcome to Gabitha's Diner. What can I get you? The only thing blacker than the coffee is my lungs.
No, but Yvette has those fire rounds, right?
I do.
I think I do have matches.
Let me shoot it. Let me shoot at the fog.
Shoot it!
No, I don't think that's a good idea. If Elantra has matches, Gabitha's going to very
I have a flint and steel.
That works. Gabitha's going to quickly explain her idea of wanting to see if the fog responds to the fire. And I say, yeah, because I don't know if I want to camp out here like Sirius said, but maybe a fire around us would keep the fog away.
Worth a
But
try.
after what happened with Yvette, I think we should test these theories.
Let me shoot the fog.
That was a test.
It worked great.
I mean, we did find out that there's something on the fog that is calling shit. So it was a test and it was a successful one. We found out some information.
And I suspect that whoever was calling you would also have all of our missing persons from the village. Hopefully alive and unharmed.
So what's the immediate plan? Are you like lighting a stick on fire and waving it around the fog, or setting up a camp, or
Shooting the fog.
shooting anything in particular in the fog, or just towards the purple?
Gabitha asked Elantra specifically, "Will you make a stick and throw it into the fog?" Because she doesn't. I do not want Yvette shooting into the fog.
Yeah, I'll do a little. I'll light some medium-sized stick on fire and give it a little toss in there, just towards the edge.
Fire in the hole.
It's easy enough to do. You chuck the stick in there. Wait a couple of moments until the fire on the stick peters out, and don't notice any appreciable difference in the haze.
Bam.
I don't think setting up camp safe, guys, because the fog
least,
is gonna
I mean-
consume us.
Well, we have to sleep at some point, but yeah, we shouldn't be close to the fog.
Just go adventuring through the night. What could go wrong?
Only exhaustion.
Raises a good point.
Or we could sleep up in trees.
Oh,
It sounds like going into the fog is like fast mode to get to the thing at the middle of the fog.
That's
Yeah.
maybe
Wait.
not wrong.
It just
Does
becomes
one-
a question of releasing ourselves from the compulsion once we get to where we are.
does one magical aura negates the other one?
So can we
Where are you
compulse
going
each
with this?
other so that something else can't compulse us?
Can we use the lantern?
Oh.
Yeah, because the lantern is like a dome around us. Does the magic dome of the lantern blocks the magic shit of the fog?
You've used the lantern a number of times at this point. You know that the lantern doesn't do anything while it's moving. So you wouldn't be able to like walk through the fog with the lantern. It simply does not function while it's moving. It needs to be in one place for a certain period of time before it sets up the dome.
Yet.
Does the dome protect us from auras, or is it just perception?
Yeah, I think you guys know this item well enough. It is just visual and audio stimuli. Like, it doesn't even block, like, tremor sense through the ground. So it's not like an actual barrier. It's more just like an illusion.
All right. Huh.
I missed what happened with the torch.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Didn't make a difference.
Yeah,
That's why I missed it.
no appreciable difference was seen.
So it seems okay. I mean, if it's 7 p.m., it seems like the decision we have to figure out right now is: are we going to try to push through and see if we can like make it around the fog to see if we can get closer to whatever its source is, or are we hightailing out of here for the night?
I think we should get reasonably far from the fog and then set up camp.
How fast does the fog move, though?
Yeah, how far is reasonable?
Perhaps 20 minutes walk.
We could do guard duty, like a watch tonight, fog watch.
I think that sounds reasonable.
Is it? How far are we from the town?
As I recall, you've walked several hours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I say we start heading like northeast and just like walk and look for a campsite within like a between 20 and 45-minute walk, I think, from the edge of the fog.
Okay.
Okay. So camp time right around sunset. It sounds like.
Camp time, but with somebody keeping with watches to keep an eye out for anything, including the fog,
Yeah.
just in case.
Okay, let's get that watch order.
Wait, should we make the watch?
I can take one of them.
I'm gonna take one.
Because if it's one person and the person in the, it's gonna see the fog coming. Yeah, it's fine.
How many watches do we need for a night?
For everyone to get like 6 hours of sleep in an 8-hour period, you would need 4.
Okay, I'll take one of the last two.
I'll take the first one.
I'll take
All right.
one of the middle.
Yeah,
I
can
guess you
also
could
take
do
one.
7.5 hours and 5.5 watches. Is that how math works? I think it is.
So right now we're at Gabitha. You're doing first.
Yeah, so that way she can go to bed.
The launcher second. I'll do the third.
I can do the last one.
Okay.
I'm sleeping through the night, baby.
No, I bet you are going to join me. We are making bread, and you are going to help me work on this dough.
Elish walks over to Gabitha and says, "You can do something with these mushrooms, maybe."
My Gabitha is I'm so excited. Thank you so much, Alash. I bet. How about we make a puff pastry together, and we'll do a mushroom quiche for breakfast.
Puff pastry in August in the swamp.
Yep.
Outdoors.
Have you met me?
It's a bold strategy.
She is.
Yeah, it's a hot and humid
and much like
gross
Bake Off, we don't have an air conditioned tent.
No, you do not.
Fine. I'll do like some sort of like.
I didn't tell you not to go for it.
No,
I
you
just
can
said
do it.
difficult.
It's just gonna be. I don't know how you're gonna keep the butter from melting.
Make me roll for baking. I dare you to. Don't even.
We should. We really should.
Yeah. Besides, I'm gonna use oil, obviously.
All Hollywood.
And a human community.
It's a little overworked.
Mm-hmm. No. So I tell Ivet that Ivet has to keep watch with me.
But sleep.
No.
Okay, then as you set up watches and I guess like eat and stuff for the before you bed down for the night, I think is a good time for us to take a little break.
Am I free from the backpack?
I assume you're not being forced to
you're not gonna
sleep on
in the
Sirius's
backpack.
back.
You're out. You're free.
I probably could.
Funny though.
I probably could.
The
I don't want
backpack
you to sleep in my
releases
backpack.
concentration.
At this point, if you run into the fog, you're on your own. You're not sleeping in my backpack.
Also, the idea of you being still on Sirius's back, but you not having the same watch as Sirius. So you're up.
Kind of funny.
Like talking and trying to do a job while Sirius is trying to sleep. Doesn't sound like a good idea.
It sounds like a great idea, is what I think.
All right, let's reconvene in like 10 minutes or so.
Okay.
Thanks.
I feel emotionally exhausted from talking to a tree.
It got much deeper than I thought it would.
I knew I had something weird in me as soon as I sat down today, and I didn't know whether it was going to go with like chaotic energy like first session or if it was going to go in like a very different direction. And I was like, oh, okay. We're waxing eloquently as a weird elf. Anyway, I'm going to go
I'm gonna go get something to eat. Be right back.
What? Huh? Where'd they go? There we go. Okay, be right back, chat.
Hello? Hello? Scoob, I don't think anyone's there.
I'm muted eating chicken with my hands.
Wow, I'm unmuted and I'm about to eat chicken with a fork. We're so similar. Are you single?
What do you think?
I forgot that we're live on Twitch when I say these things. Tens of thousands of people all watching, all subscribing with their Prime Gaming subs. It's crazy that Dolph is like a multi-millionaire and he still makes us pay for him to GM for us.
How much does he charge you?
$50 an hour. Plus, I have to buy him one snack per session, and he always is like, "I just really like the organic version from Whole Foods. So instead of being like a $4 bag of chips, it's like an $18 bag of chips."
Wow, that really adds up.
I know. Someone who's good at the economy, please look over my budget. I spend $4,000 a month on Pathfinder.
Pathfinder, the largely free gaming tabletop.
Yeah. I was watching not watching. What's the word for when you watch words and understand? Reading. I was reading a great discussion about people being mad about like Paizo, who makes Pathfinder, doing like Pride Month stuff, and it's like the 3 of the major deities are literally in a lesbian polycule canonically, and you're gonna try to talk about this gaming company going woke? Like they started woke. They've been woke since Pathfinder First Edition. Anyway, we love a company with good LGBT representation.
We do.
Yeah, people
I'm
always
back.
go be wild.
Welcome back. We're
Me
just
too.
talking about lesbian polycules.
Nice.
Sounds complicated.
It's the canon setting for Pathfinder has 3 of the goddesses in a lesbian polycule.
Look, I'm a lady. That's a lot of lady energy.
But
Right.
which goddess are they?
Theron Ray is one of them, and I don't remember the other 2.
I'm not really familiar with the names. I guess like what domains are they or what?
I don't know that either. I was reading about it last night because somebody on Twitter was mad.
All right,
Sarenrae is like healing and I want to say like sunlight.
Yeah.
So I think that slurps up like redemption and light, stuff like that.
It slurps it up, does it?
Actually, I don't think there is a light domain in Pathfinder. I think that's like a 5e thing that I'm remembering. Okay, do we have everyone?
We have me. What else do we need?
You have me. I think I heard Sammy say yes, but I don't know if it came through on the mic.
I found it. This is really important. Okay.
The animals are legions. The planet is dying.
So
But
Shellen
at least we have each other. And what
is-
else do we need?
the goddess of love and art.
Break me! Okay, sorry.
Desna, the goddess of stars and dreams, and Serenade, the goddess of sun and healing.
Damn. I wish I knew this back when I used to, many years ago, play Bard Oracle who worshipped Desna and Serenade. I had 2 of the 3. If I had known, I would have just gotten the whole polycule.
Yeah, actually, the other one is very upset. Your character.
He might not have known it, but or he, she, they might not have known it, but they definitely worshipped all 3 at the time without meaning to.
Yeah.
They were just forgiven for their not unknowingly leaving one out.
It's like if you've only... I don't know if this is an experience other people have had, but like... I have friends who I didn't know were poly because I only saw them with one of their partners all the time, and like when I found out, I was like mind blown.
I've never actually met someone that was poly.
I'm
so-
back.
That's a story for off stream.
Fun fact,
Okay.
Rob and I'm kidding.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose caveat, I've never met anyone that told me they were poly. You never know.
You've
Now's
met
the
people
time
who
to
are poly and played tabletop RPGs with them before.
Oh, okay. Yeah, see? Had no idea. I was never told.
Goes well be.
I mean, but aren't they supposed to, when they enter the room, declare that they are poly?
I'm pretty
You're thinking
sure
of veganism.
I'm pretty sure that's the law of
You
the
don't
universe
declare
is,
it when you enter a room. It doesn't count.
yeah, every time you meet someone, you have to give them your pronouns, your sexual preferences, your hit list.
In that order.
Yeah.
But also food preferences and allergies.
Yeah, oh, of course.
I actually like to start off with my sign. I'm a Leo, and once I say that, everyone knows exactly what they need to know about
You
me.
know, one of my
I mean, you
favorite
ruined the
YouTube
sarcasm now
videos
by being truthful.
was a voice teacher reacting to a bunch of Leos singing.
What?
It was their editor put together a compilation of singers who are all Leos and had him react to them. And I was like, oh, this is fun. And then like Bruce Dickinson from Iron Maiden is a Leo, and I was like, oh, I've been wanting to watch him talk about this for a while now.
Was the goal to like identify parallels in their style or something?
No, there's a huge overlap, Dolph.
Sammy's like,
Between-
as a Leo.
As a Leo who sings, like, I'm gonna be honest. I think like what you're saying, Sock. I'm guaranteeing that like 90% of them were sopranos because there's a very big overlap between soprano energy and Leo energy, as a both.
Quite a few were tenors, but I think the parallel holds. And Dolph, I refuse to elaborate on your question. Thank you. Have a nice day.
For how much
Okay.
how much musicals I listen to, I have no idea what my voice is.
Odds on you're a baritone, but you also have a relatively high speaking voice, so you might be a tenor. But it really doesn't matter unless you like train your voice a lot and are singing classical or musical theater stuff.
So I was the first soprano, and I was also a baritone in middle school because there weren't enough boys in my middle school choir. Surprising no one. There were 2 and 25 girls. So, Welby, if you want to sing, we can do a scale test real quick.
I'll go sit at the grand piano and play some scales. You can sing back.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Just repeat after us.
Let's maybe hold that till after session.
Let's try that on a ma ma ma.
This sounds like a tavern talk. Is it time to roll for
I mean,
watches?
But we haven't even tested the trees range yet.
Oh my god. Well, if everyone's here,
Did we establish that in that conversation? I think we did.
yeah, I mean, Welby came back. That was the only person we were missing, so.
I do just want to say I do think the tree probably doesn't sing, but probably does spoken word.
So you made camp. The sun has set. You have your watch order.
Was that a cat yowl in the background?
Yes. Leonard decided that today, during session, he would be very fucking loud.
Like, I want to play.
Relatable, Leonard. Relatable.
He's sprinting around the house right now.
What a guy. Much like a mimic that hasn't come up this session, he's just a little guy.
I determined that the correct terminology for mimics that size is mimicling. So
not a
if you could
not a
please use the
mimicule.
correct terminology.
I love it.
Mimicule.
I bought that guy's mimic.
Apologies for the delay. I'm checking the date so I can look at the cycles of the moon to tell you how bright it is. It's very important to
while
me.
You're at that,
I
tell me
thought
the
we were going to
weather.
find out if the villains were Leos.
Is it a cloudy night or can I see stars?
You can't see stars because you just see trees.
Shit.
I mean, what are
All right.
trees
heard
but
your Leo
the
thing.
stars of the swamp?
But you could try to climb the tree.
Well said.
A hill
Remember
I can go
earlier
on
when I had like a
no,
huge,
never mind. Nothing.
interesting conversation with a tree, and then we came back from break, and I've become a moron?
Okay, so we've got one of the moons is in waxing crescent, and the other moon is in the young phase, a phase I didn't know existed, or at least a phase I didn't know had that name.
Still figuring itself out, kind of wild.
Yeah.
Young phase is its. Never mind.
Young phase.
So that is to say, there's roughly 2/3 of one moon's worth of light out tonight, but it's mostly covered by the trees anyways. So
Sirius is
really an
very
exercise that
unhappy by
only
this.
satisfied me.
Yet the lack of stars, I think, is going to make Sirius feel sort of on edge during the day tomorrow. Like he doesn't quite know, not on edge, but he's gonna feel a little off.
If
unguided, as it were.
I mean, if you really want to see stars, you can climb a tree.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is the option to climb trees, since that is the primary blocking factor. Probably gonna be difficult to like sleep up there if that's what you're aiming for. But if you just want to like spend a little time reading them, that might be attainable.
Oh, okay. I would like to do that. Do I have to roll strength to tree climb?
I don't think so. You're not under any time pressure.
Okay.
Really, and you have people that can help you if it becomes a problem. So after some amount of time and effort, you would be able to get up there.
My religion, guys, I promise.
And I'd say it's partially cloudy.
Okay.
So our watch order is Gabitha plus Yvette, then Elantra, then Sirius, then Elish.
That makes sense with the clouds. Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
To be fair, like Yvette never said yes initially. I just said that was what Gabitha wanted to happen.
It's a quiet yes. Just go with it.
I know,
Begrudging,
buddy.
yes.
It's so hard. Gabitha will be baking during her watch because she's prepping all the stuff for the breakfast tomorrow.
Okay.
I guess as Gabitha's baking shit, I'm keeping a more watchful watch.
Is anyone planning on doing anything in particular during their watch rotation? Any like special strategy, or are you just going to be like sitting down propped up next to a tree?
Is this is during my watch when I would like adjust spells and stuff like that?
I mean, that stuff happens in the morning.
Okay.
Once you've completed your full rest period.
Okay.
Can we heal out of a long resting?
I'm sorry, I missed that. What was that? I bet.
Can we heal out of long resting?
You heal your I believe it is your constitution. No, sorry. I believe it is your level in HP overnight.
Okay.
So that'd be 7 for Yvette, 6 for everyone else except for Elish, who heals 5.
Oh, okay.
The only thing I'll do differently is I'll have Dan the dancing lights, and I'll try to arrange them. They'll be red lights so that they are not interfering with night vision, and just kind of behind trees where I can, so that they're illuminating the area around us, but not like disturbing others' sleep.
Okay. I'm just double checking the healing numbers. I'm pretty sure I'm correct, but it's been a bit since people have been sleeping and not... Yeah, 1 HP per level. 1 point of ability damage, which no one took any. Okay. Gabitha and Yvette, your watch goes by as you are baking, and eventually you hand off to Elantra, waking them up to go find rest yourselves. Dan keeps the perimeter illuminated during your watch, Elantra. But once it comes to an end, you wake up Sirius and complete the rest of your night's sleep. Sirius, during your watch, you see a number of glowing lights off in the distance to the north. They shift through different colors and sort of dance about as if they were dangled on strings. You, because of the tome that you brought with you, know these to be will-o-wisps, attempting to lure you away into isolation, or perhaps into the waiting arms of a predator.
Okay. I'm going to make sure to point them out to the next person on watch and tell them to ignore them and what they are.
They continue sort of moving around the edges of the camp, shifting colors around, trying to get your attention and lead you away as you finish your watch. And Elish, with the warning from Sirius, you know not to follow them into the darkness.
Thank you.
And the sun rises. All of you get your full rest period. So that's your healing, and your spell slots reset, and you can re-prepare things as you wish.
Okay.
Looks like everyone's full HP except Yvette.
What did I miss? Did we all die?
No.
Yeah.
You're the only
Don't
one
listen to
left.
them.
We did.
So yeah, the sun has risen. You made it through the night. Handy book selection keeping you from potentially getting murdered by will-o-wisps. What are you doing now? What's the plan for Jawless 5th?
My mushroom popovers are delicious. I offer the first and prettiest one to Elish and say, thank you so much for the mushroom, sweetie. And thank you for not giving me the poisonous ones, I hope.
Oh no, I paid special attention to that.
Is that like the chef feed on Pathfinder? Because on 5e there's the chef feed. That's a after session discussion.
I don't know if there's a specific feat called chef. I'm leaning towards no.
I'll make it.
The answer is no.
Did the fog change its proximity to us?
Yes. So obviously it did not reach you. You guys, if I remember correctly, said you walked like 20 something minutes away before setting up camp. So you wouldn't have really been able to notice it during the night. But now that the sun's back up and you're starting to get ready to get going again, it probably moved 10 minutes closer to you, so it like split the difference in distance. So you weren't really in any danger of it reaching you, but well, not with the distance that you were at. It's not like it got close to your camp particularly, but it definitely moved towards you.
Okay.
Guys, if whatever is doing the fog is on like the center of it, we're not gonna like
Get in there
find
somehow.
out.
Yeah.
If it's on the center, like it doesn't matter how much we walk like the circumference of it, we're not gonna find out, right? If it's a 360 fog with the thing on the center of it, it's useless to be walking around it. We gotta find a way to go in, right?
Pretty
But-
much, yeah.
And something that Ivette said earlier when we were asking him yesterday was that he didn't want to hurt us. He just wanted to go to the fog. So, it's not like we're going to get in there and probably kill each other.
Yeah, that's the
It's
problem. Like, yeah, nice. We're not gonna be like violent with each other, but then we find out what is on the center of it, and we're not gonna fight it or stop it because we're like peace and love bullshit.
Yeah, we don't know what'll happen.
Yeah.
Can anyone else? Can anyone else suppress charms and compulsions?
I cannot.
No.
But the thing is,
The
if
only thing
you're
I've
also,
got in that realm is dispel magic.
I can protect us from evil or good, but I don't know what that cloud is.
I have +2 on my own saves against enchantment, but nothing that I can like
I didn't
cast to
roll.
help people.
That's above table, of course, but I didn't roll shit when I went in.
I mean, protect from evil and good might help. We could just like book it, and any of us using the protections we have could use those.
The thing is, if you're composed, are you composed enough that you cannot use your thing?
I think we'd have to activate it before we go in.
Yeah.
So I would have to concentrate. For example, mine, I would just have to concentrate and basically just like use it on probably myself the entire time. And I would only get like, 2 minutes or less?
Your suppression, you can only hold concentration for 6 rounds, so 36 seconds.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. So you aren't doing the 10 minutes or concentration?
The
because there's no throw I had to make. I see it.
Yeah, it depends on what you pick, but if you want to suppress, then it's 36 seconds. If you want to give what the other effect is, you get like extra, like a bonus to the saving throws. That is the one that lasts a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can protect multiple of us, but it's divided amongst us, and it's only a maximum of 5 minutes divided amongst us. So I don't think it would last long enough for us to use it well.
I mean, if you really think about it, the more we wait, the bigger is the fog, and the more we're gonna traverse like into it, right? Because if it's growing,
if it's getting bigger and not just moving.
yeah,
sure.
Yeah, because there's that too, right? It could be just moving and not getting bigger.
There is the real danger, though, that because if you'll remember, Ivette was like disoriented and confused, that we could still hurt each other because we are disoriented and confused.
It seemed primarily that he was lost, though, right?
Yeah, he was mostly just lost like sense of direction and the ability to like identify any landmarks or anything like that. He wasn't mechanically confused.
So let's just cast what we can and then go in, I guess.
Do we
Yeah,
have
did
any other? Like,
We
no
didn't bring
one has
anything.
any different idea, right? We're all like, we gotta go in.
We gotta
we
get
didn't-
to the thing, like whatever's at the middle.
And we didn't bring anything that would help us, right? Because we said like lantern's not going to help.
I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think we have any. I don't even think we had anything that could help.
Spooky scarf so I can look fashionable. Yep, I think we should just do what we have to do. I think it might make, I don't know, LS, if you can protect yourself using all that time, that might make sense, you know?
I could chain it, I guess. It's 5 minutes at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, could I chain mine by 36 seconds?
Do you have the spell slots for that?
Yeah, that's also a thing. If you
Yeah,
guys use too much spell slots, and then we go into actually fighting the thing, you guys had no spell slots.
Yeah, I most likely will not use it.
Yeah, that's a second level spell for you, Gabitha.
All right, then let's just
Me too.
charge. We ate
Do it.
breakfast.
Yeah, I
killed
think we
one.
should just go.
Let's just do it.
We
gotta
should
do
stay
something.
close together though, because we might get lost.
Yeah, we
Yes.
stay together and
Gabitha can continue to at least cast where north is.
Well, I can choose to do that today. I could cast something else too because it reset for the day.
Yeah, but if you cast, we will know where we're going.
Yeah. Wait, we should
we're
put like a
going
link.
west. We know where we're going because we stuck my head into it.
Yes, but we will then lose our sense of direction like you did once we are affected by that.
But he did know where he was pulled to go.
I wouldn't say he knew it in the like intellectual sense that this is west. He just had a feeling of a direction to go, and in order to describe that to you guys, I said west.
Right, he was pulled somewhere though.
Yeah.
So we'll all be pulled to
Like
the same
he
place.
knew the right way to go, and he knew nothing else about navigation.
He also kept calling it east to be very in character.
Hmm.
I'm dumb.
So shall we do it?
Yes, let's do it.
Sure. Should we like tie up some like ropes around us on each other? in
We
case-
should tie ourselves. Yeah, we should connect ourselves.
That'd make it pretty hard to fight if we had to, I think.
That is true. Let's just go in. What else? What?
Yeah.
Yeah. The biggest thing that can happen is that we all die, and if we all die, it's fine. If one dies, sucks. But if everyone dies, everyone just rolls new character, and no one remembers it. If one dies, you gotta carry that with you with your character for the rest of your character's life. If everyone dies, it's fine.
So to be clear,
Good
the
point.
worst that can happen is everyone but one person dies.
No, everyone dies. That's the worst. Yeah. Oh, that is true.
It was fine.
Yeah. The based on what I'm saying, the worst that it can happen if one of us survive. That is true.
So we walk into the fog.
And they set off
sure.
into the fog.
Off
Fantastic.
into the fog.
We're all talking as we walk into the fog, and then we step into the fog. Everyone goes quiet because it gets
I don't know if I'll stop singing, but I am starting to sing just because I haven't sung this song before and it feels fun and accurate. I'm going to sing my marching song, which I'm going to start singing it as we're walking in, which just invigorates allies within 60 feet who can hustle for the next hour.
Secrets marching one by one.
Yeah.
Hurrah, hurrah.
Exactly, and it feels a little spooky, a little Lana Del Rey-ish, like as we go in.
Elish is going to be casting guidance on himself.
Okay, so you all walk into the fog.
Is the bird flying onto the fog with us, or is the bug above the fog, just following us from above?
I think it's flying with us because it wouldn't be able to see us from above.
Is that thick?
The
trees.
trees are.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the trees. Yeah.
Give me a moment. I'm doing a lot of rolling for no reason.
Yeah, of course.
This is a great. Yeah.
This is a good time to remind you guys that this episode of the Seekers of the Jade Oath is brought to you by Squarespace. I recently opened a shop where I sell cravats, and I was looking for a way that I could have a nice online storefront so people can see the customizable options that I have. And using Squarespace, I was able to find not only a beautiful website, but a great deal on it. If you would like to have a website of your own with all the customization and shopping tools, have expert advice, you can head to www.fbi.gov, and it might have a Squarespace link somewhere on there.
What is a cravat?
I don't really know. I saw it in a tweet earlier today, so
That's like a tie.
I was Googling and I was like, shrimp?
I think it's like
a
the
necktie thing.
isn't
Yeah.
it like the thing that Fred wears in Scooby-Doo?
That's an ascot.
It occupies a similar
Weed.
area as a necktie, but it's like fluffier.
It's
It's the same weapon slot, but I think it's a
Yes,
different kind
absolutely. It's a neck slot for sure.
It's the forerunner of the modern necktie, according to Wikipedia.
Wow.
What's the covenant of the modern necktie? I played Halo. Did we give you enough time to roll yet, Dolph, or do I need to keep coming up with stuff?
Almost done.
This episode is also brought to you by the sound of when
music.
it's raining on a weird window and it's kind of like tingy. That's right. For a 12.8% discount on the sound of when it's raining on a weird window and it's kind of tingy, you can use code DALF32 for 12.8% off. That's code DALF, the number 3, TWO. That's DALF32 for 12.8% off the sound of rain on a tingy window.
The number 3 and then the word 2, which would read as 32, not 32.
Right, so that's code DALF32, DALF, the number 3, the word 2.
Fantastic.
What
I
can
feel like
we use
can't fail.
the sound
Okay.
for?
I feel like we can't fail to mention our biggest sponsor, mushrooms. Whether you like them poisonous or tasty.
Is
Or
Dolph
just
still
smoke 'em.
rolling for shit?
Whatever you want your mushroom experience to be, we can offer it to you.
I'm done rolling, but you gotta let the ad reads finish.
Good point. Good point.
Magic, plain, savory, sweet. We have every kind of mushroom you can imagine.
It's true. It's true. Small ones, big ones, in between size, bigger than a big or smaller than a
These
small.
ones
whatever
taste
you
like
want.
magic.
They
These taste
arrive
like
in
pain
dirt.
and burning.
They smell
This
like
one's
rot.
rot.
Get your rot now.
Okay. Yvette, Gabitha, and Sirius. Your mind's cloud. It becomes difficult to focus. You lose sense of where you are. But you do know where you should go.
Does my
West.
+2 on saves versus enchantments help, or was it already accounted for?
Unfortunately, the rolls
Doesn't
I
help.
did for you were very low.
All right.
Ooh, it's probably intelligence based and we are all stupid.
My intelligence is like 16.
Yeah, Sirius's is quite good. Elantra and Elish, you don't notice anything as you enter the fog. Apart from a perhaps change in behavior amongst your compatriots.
Did you roll for the bird?
Yeah, how's Saeed faring?
Oh, I'm sorry, I did not roll for the bird.
This episode is
nat
also
20 on the first one, so.
Oh,
Perfection.
nice.
She's a clever girl.
The three of you affected hear in your head. Have you come to entertain me? This is not your home.
Can we answer in our head?
Yeah.
You can think whatever you want, but it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like you've received a sending spell that would grant you a response, for instance.
But we have a compulsion to start going.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I start marching.
Oh yeah. You very much want to make your way. Now I guess it's more southwest, but you want to go there quite strongly.
I don't seem to feel any sense. Oh, they're going. Okay.
Oh no.
Do you... Raise your hand if you feel a strong compulsion to go that way.
I have
I'm
already
not
started
listening.
walking, but I raise my hand as I walk away.
Can we do that? Can we raise our hand and keep
I'm not
walking?
listening. I'm just focused on the place to go.
Yeah, you have this strong feeling that this is what is best for the group. Like the best idea is for everyone to go this way. But apart from that, you're not like zombified or anything, you know, you can still like respond to things.
Let's go. We got to go this way. It's really important.
I put my hand up and then I say out loud, "Who are you?" Because I'm trying to answer the thing on my head.
Oh, they're hearing the voice again.
Right, so it's you and I then, with our
I think
wits about
so.
us.
And Saeed seems okay too.
Good. There's not much to do but to follow, is there?
Yeah. I think so. Can I roll, or can I cast Detect Evil?
Yeah, absolutely.
To detect Yvette. He's evil this whole time.
Yeah, more focused on the cloud than anyone else.
Okay, so this seems to specifically be for creatures that are of evil alignment and spells that have the evil descriptor, is how I'm reading this.
I don't know how to read.
So you do not detect any evil.
So the first descriptor, and I could be reading this wrong. It says the first round says presence or absence of evil.
Yeah, I suppose you would be detecting an absence of evil.
Okay.
At least here in the immediate 60-foot area in front of you.
Yes. It's a concentration, so I'll just keep it up for the 10 minutes as long as I can.
Okay. Oh, 10 minutes per level, so nearly an hour.
Sorry, yeah, I'll just be detecting evil for what?
And you can use it at will, so I guess as soon as it expires, you can pop it again.
Yeah.
It's gonna be useful.
Dolph, do we have any, like, we just want to keep moving southwest, but like, do we have any agency besides that?
I guess you've been asked by a trusted source, or maybe not asked, but like a combination of asked and told, I guess, that you should go this direction. Otherwise, you are not controlled directly. So you're not aware that you're under an effect. So you probably wouldn't try and stop that effect. It just seems like this is the best idea.
I'm still singing, by the way.
Still marching.
Okay, so sorry, I'm just getting around to reading the song that you're singing.
It just makes us fast.
Makes you move faster? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, one more question, sorry. So right now are Yvette and Sirius still allies in my mind?
Yes.
And same with our Alesh and Elantra.
Yep. Yeah, your feelings towards your compatriots have not changed.
Okay. I'm gonna cast heightened reflexes. And I'm just gonna say I'm so excited to go and arrive, but we'll just make sure to cast this so that we can get there even faster and better. As long as you feel like that doesn't go against it.
No, I think that's perfectly reasonable. You've gotten into a fight in this swamp before, so something like this makes sense. Keep you from getting from anything getting in your way of reaching your goal.
Okay. And so I still see all of you as allies, so all of you have this if you choose to use it.
Absolutely.
Okay. So you are marching through the swamp. Probably a half hour passes. You see All of you, I think. You see a group of strange purple creatures, like a bed of mushrooms that sprouted arms and legs and wandered off. They're like marching through the swamp with some smaller creature that looks like a mound of earth and moss and vines that is like puffing out some of this haze. And they're walking east. They'd be up ahead of you. They don't seem like they're going to or like they're not walking towards you, right? They're going like perpendicular. So
do I recognize these creatures?
I can give me a knowledge. Let me see. Knowledge nature check.
Can I join in on that?
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, the other three of you hear once again a voice in your minds. I'm so very eager to meet you all. Please, do hurry. Knowledge?
Gabatha yells out, I'm trying to get there. I'm going.
Sirius says in his death, I'm marching as fast as I can. Calm down.
Yeah, wow, someone is needy.
Both of you recognize the purple creatures as myceloids. They're a species of, these sort of like fungus guys that, they live in areas that fungus normally grows, but they usually keep to darker regions, like caverns and such. They subsist largely on meat, so living creatures, and they have some spore-related defense or / hunting mechanisms that they use in order to get said meat. The creature that moves with them, however, you do not recognize. The one that is the little, like, deformed mold mound that seems to be puffing out this haze.
Do I get the impression that that is the source of the fog?
Give me a knowledge arcana.
Oh, you know I will.
Don't tempt.
Fuck me.
Can I join that roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Please do.
Anyone with knowledge arcana?
Hey.
Never mind, not needed.
All right. You get the sense that this creature was crafted in some manner by something else, but that the fog is being spread by it. So it may not be alone, and killing it may not solve the problem, but it certainly is part of the equation.
This creature is not natural and is in part responsible for this fog. I think we might want to kill it.
I mean, The thing was nothing but friendly by now. You don't know because you're not listening to, but the creature is chill as fuck in my head.
Does that creature seem to be what is talking to you?
I don't know. I don't see the creature, right?
No, I think you all see them.
Does the creature seems like the thing that is talking in my head?
It's hard to say. One thing you are certain of, though, is that the direction that you're going is not the direction that thing's going. More, the direction you want to go looks like maybe where that thing came from.
Weird.
So maybe it's friends with whoever's talking to you.
I guess I'm just gonna keep going the direction that the thing is making me go. Nothing changed on that part.
Even though that creature could be the friend of what you want to see.
I mean, it didn't change the compulsion, right? I see a creature, they're walking on a different direction, and it doesn't change the fact that I want to go to the direction I want to go, right?
While this sort of investigation is happening, did you all stop? Or is this all like you're fucking still marching?
I think Elesh and I probably have slowed down, but I don't know that we would stop because I don't think our friends are going to.
Yeah, I feel like they're power walking and we're like trying to figure things out.
I don't think Sirius feels compelled enough to stop, so he's still walking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
We do be walking.
So the two of you that slowed down, do you make any particular efforts with respect to these creatures? Like, are you trying to stay out of their line of sight or anything like that?
Does it look like the rest of the group is going to be spotted by them?
Yeah, I mean, if the rest of the group keeps going on as they are, you all are moving faster than they are. So, you know, you're catching up. You would get quite close if you keep the same pace. It'd be pretty unlikely that they wouldn't notice you.
I think Elish would be sticking with the group but trying to stay like farther away from the creatures.
Okay. Want to get stealth checks for you two? 3, I guess, with the board.
Sure.
Oh my god. Not a terrible set of stealths so far.
You all are mice.
Squeak, squeak, get that cheese, you know?
Can I compulsively
Rat life, am I right?
Can I compulsively stealth?
And save is just so
Eat trash, beat trash.
Know what I'm saying?
I would say probably not, just because moving stealthily means you're moving half as fast.
Okay.
Typically. So that would be, I mean, you would have to have a good reason, I think.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay. The myceloids, along with this other creature, continue moving. As your friends, Sirius and Gabitha and Yvette, begin to approach and get quite close to crossing paths, the myceloids seem to just keep moving. They notice, like, turn their heads, look at the group, and then just keep walking past. They don't seem to make, like, eye contact with the two of you, and as you're hiding, so perhaps you have evaded notice, but they didn't seem to care about the other three, who just marched happily by them.
Can I whisper without breaking stealth?
You can whisper and maintain the stealth. It's not a big deal.
That's very strange because those are carnivores.
I have to imagine everything in this swamp is under some degree of compulsion.
Mysoids make a little bit of a turn. Maybe they go like 30 degrees more south and continue to walk away from you all.
Excellent.
As they grow farther or smaller into the distance, there we go. I guess the three that did not slow down are now getting to be a bit far away. So if you continue moving at your slow, stealthy pace, you might lose sight of them soon.
I feel like once the myceloids are reasonably far gone, I would probably just like try to catch up.
Yeah, same.
Okay. Hustling back up to the rest of the group. I'm going to request now a will save from the people thus far unaffected.
Have been casting guidance.
Said you've been casting guidance?
Yes.
This is enchantment. I got a 25. Otherwise, it is a 23.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm looking for the right roll button.
It'll be the save section is going to be on the main page, just below like your attributes, below your like strength and stuff.
And you said will.
Yep.
So +1, I guess, for guidance.
Can you refresh my memory on how many allies get that shake it off benefit? That's one of your teamwork feats, right? So
yes, I don't think they get it unless they have it, but I get that benefit as if they did have it.
You get something in your shit lets you extend your teamwork feats to allies. I think it all automatically is on your animal companion.
Solo tactics resolve teamwork feats as if allies had them. Summon creatures learn one of your teamwork feats.
Oh, okay. So resolve teamwork feats as if your allies had them means you are going to get it from everyone in the group.
Okay.
So that's going to be a +5.
Cool.
To your save. You're both good. I do need a save for your companion. Okay, she is going to have a slight modification to her behavior. More in line with the rest of your allies. But the two of you, Elantra and Elish, remain stalwart and unaffected.
I think I even started to be affected by the fog.
Totally.
Those affected hear the voice once again speaking in your mind. You're getting close.
Does he speak bird to the bird?
You don't know.
We can talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I say it out loud. We're getting close.
Yeah, I wish they would hurry up. I can't believe they're not going as fast as us.
This is important. We need to move.
As you continue, you come up to a sort of rocky rise in the terrain and spot a small opening leading down into the dark. This feels like the way to go.
Down, down, Goblin Town.
As you approach the opening, large violet toadstools, some 2 feet across, 2 feet tall, probably a foot across, with sort of noodle-like appendages near the opening, stand out from the brown rock and green moss that otherwise dominates your view. It does seem completely dark inside.
Are they just like going right on down there?
They may pause at the entrance. I mean, it's still like sort of a spooky thing. You feel like you want to go there, and like that's the best idea, but you're not above like making preparations.
I can cast spells and stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, so far,
If it's dark,
as
I'm
long
gonna
as
cast
it's not something that directly contradicts what you think is a very good idea right now.
I would think I would cast Dancing Lights if it's dark to prep to go down in, because obviously I'm gonna go down in.
Oh
Pretty
yeah,
sure. But like,
you
I
would
want to be able to see.
you would need to cast Dancing Lights probably.
Yeah, so I cast that,
Otherwise, how are you going to see?
and I got my own little guy of lights.
Way down the ground.
Oh.
I'd like to cast light on a small rock and take it with me.
I'll bring Dan among us.
Among Us?
Sus.
Emergency meeting.
Okay, you're all approaching the entrance with your new lights.
Gabitha doesn't have a light, so she's
The other lights should be sufficient for you.
even for
So we
my
have like
old
2
eyes.
sets of dancing
Just
lights
checking.
out plus Elish's light.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because the lights, they sing the jizz.
Oh.
Faintly playing jizz as you get incredibly
Oh,
close.
God.
The dumbest
Oh,
thing that is canon.
True, it is.
I've lost you. I slid you off the map and now I can't get you back.
No.
help you fall and then you can't get up.
Gabitha, no.
If only we had life alert.
Oh no.
I do have Death Watch.
Maybe we should get a life alert sponsorship for next episode.
We don't
we
do
don't
anything
TBK
ageist
this
at
episode.
all. That's fine.
Okay. You all can see, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Sure hope so.
So I can see a little bit of the map that's not in the cone. Is that because I have low light vision?
No.
I can see like faintly
Like the right
over
side.
Okay,
here.
yeah. So you might be able to see a couple of weird spots because I had to very hurriedly flip this map upside down and redo all of the light walls. So I have not tested it for holes.
Wow.
So suspend
How
your
is it not
disbelief
perfect?
should you see
Wow.
through any minor holes.
Okay,
Alright.
well, it's a slight reminder that I do have low light vision.
2 out of 5 stars.
Okay.
I'm very good at looking at small holes.
I also, this is a little bit claustrophobic, but you are not this close to the hole. But this is roughly your marching order, I guess, because 3 of you were moving at a faster clip than the other 2. So you approach the entrance to this cavern, and as you charge forth, you see these toadstools, like I mentioned. They whip at you, or in your general direction as you begin to move forward, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
I thought it was pretty clear.
Oh, I'm in the fucking front again. Guys, another tank.
And not being at the front?
My interface says I wanted to send the result of my roll to turn tracker, but no valid.
Yeah, don't worry about
Yeah,
it.
you can ignore
Okay.
that.
Same.
Cool.
It be saying shit. It doesn't mean it.
It'll say that unless you had your tokens selected when you clicked the initiative button. But it doesn't matter because I don't use Roll20's initiative tracker. So it means nothing to me.
And ruthless.
Dolph, I'm sorry to interrupt. I just have one question before we get started that's been on my mind. Do Gabitha, I bet, and Sirius think that there's something wrong with Elantra and Alesh because they're not going as fast?
You might think that it's a little bit unusual that they like aren't as gung-ho about, you know, going the way that you think that you should be going. But nothing like, you don't think that they're under the influence of anything. You just think that maybe they're being like way overcautious.
Okay.
But I don't think anyone has said anything that would make you really question their behavior too much. Like,
Okay.
they're not trying to get you to stop. That would be what would really stick in your craw, probably.
Thank you for using a phrase that generationally I can understand. I really, golly gee, does stick in my craw.
It sounds inappropriate as a phrase.
Does it? What do you think a craw is?
I don't fucking know. I don't want to talk about it.
You want to know about Gabitha's craw?
Oh my god. Call it crawdaddy.
See, and okay, no, that I understand.
God, this thing's gonna attack us. I'm in the fucking front again.
You'll be fine. It's okay.
I hate it here.
You're little, they can't hit you.
Maybe you shouldn't
Okay.
have marched so fast, you know?
I have great news for all of you, and it is that you 6 are top of the initiative. So, those of you under the influence, aggressive action gets taken against you. Nothing is stopping you from defending yourself. So, that being said, Elantra, you get to start.
These guys are so little.
Just some little guys.
For Elantra and Elish, I suppose you two could be further back than this if you want to. We'll just have to use our imaginations because there's only so much space on the map. So if you think you would have held back further as the rest of the group approached the entrance to the cavern, then you can have.
I'm assuming they kind of like slowed down to like get their lights ready.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we probably like caught up. I might be another 5 feet further back than I am on the map.
Yeah, I was thinking the same distance.
Perfect.
I need to check the range on a spell. "15-foot cone," you say? Actually, it says one shaped burst because the seed got deleted, but
So draw a 1 character, and then
right.
that'll be the shape that you hit.
So I'd like to get a 1 that kind of does like that. If that'll work.
That's like an inverted 1. That's a 1 that you're looking at through a mirror.
It's a rotated J.
Yeah, really, it's more of a J.
Be honest, didn't even occur to me that it's backwards. But you know, I'd like to get at least 2 of these guys in a 15-foot cone, if I may, without getting my friends in it. So I think that means I'd have to move over to Sirius's left, our right. Like right here. And then I could maybe get 1 and 2 here in a Burning Hands.
Okay.
I don't know if that damage is correct.
15-foot cone, that'll
not.
clip those 2. So
I need to roll 2 more d4.
Wait, why is that damage not right?
Because it's not actually picking from my level. It just is rolling 3 because last time I did the character sheet it was level 3.
Okay. Yeah, remind me, we can make that actually work off your level.
Well, I can just set it to 5 now because it's a maximum of 5.
Oh, yeah, that works too.
So
that's 16 damage, assuming they fail their reflex save for half. Okay. Shockingly, number 1 does like a little wiggle, I guess like around the corner slightly, or around like a little rock, and gets some partial cover from it. And is only going to take half damage.
this is just a test to see if it rolled the right number, by the way.
It did not.
Yeah, it sure did.
So that's 8 damage for the 1. Forgot to put their HP on my initiative tracker. That's going to be 14, and that's going to be 8. Okay, the second one that wasn't able to get out of the way just gets seared. It looks like it is barely holding on after that. It is like huge portions of it have been burnt away. The other
Would
one
you
doing
describe
significantly better, but
these guys as bipedal?
I would describe them as no pedal.
Okay, great.
Although, given the response, one's ability to get slightly out of the way, they do have some ability to move. It just seems extremely limited. And it is not foot-based. Okay, so that is that. Let me real quick make this aura visible to everyone. There you go. There's the boots aura for those concerned.
With the fur.
Boots.
All
If
right,
you're in the circle, you got 10 extra feet of movement for those who are unfamiliar.
Yes.
It works on enemies too.
Yes.
Only if they're bipedal.
Yeah, it only works on bipedal creatures, but it
If
does
they're
not distinguish.
no-pedal, get fucked.
Exactly. That brings us to Sirius. Elish is going to be right after that.
It doesn't look like I'm within threat range of any of these three. Is that correct?
Number 2 is on a corner. We can say that you are.
Ah, okay. Unfortunate.
For spacing, I guess you could treat it as it being in all 4 of those spaces.
Okay, so basically, I meant more like, do I have to like cast this with concentration or something? All right.
I would say no.
Okay. I'm going to actually then cast Ray of Frost. Because I can use ray spells with my sword now, and I don't want to spend Shocking Grasp yet. So then I'm gonna do that, and then I'm gonna step forward and
I have a question about that because
yes.
I haven't read whatever lets you do this. Does it fire in a ray from your sword, or does it just go on the one target?
It says what it specifically says is that I can deliver ray spells as a melee touch attack.
Okay. Yeah. Unless the text of Ray of Frost says that it goes through enemies, then I think that changes nothing. But to me, at least,
you mean like will it hit multiple things?
Yeah, to me at least, that means if you have a ray spell that does pierce, then it would hit multiple things potentially.
Okay.
Like it would still extend in a ray. But for Ray of Frost, it sounds like it doesn't matter.
I don't think it will. That was actually the close range description, not the Ray of Frost description. Ray of Frost.
I mean, it's a cantrip. There's like no shot
a
that
target,
it
and it's a cantrip. Like it doesn't do much. It's just 1d3 points of cold damage. Actually, and I want to use. I don't remember if it's a swift or a bonus action or whatever it is to keen my sword.
Are you casting a spell as a swift action?
No, the spell is my action.
Wait, don't you have to cast the spell onto your sword and then swing it? Or no, I'm sorry. You have a thing that lets you do it all as one action.
I can cast it and then move and then use it. It's
Yeah, I forgot you have a thing. So carry on.
Yes.
Everyone else would have to do it as 2 separate things.
So Yeah, that okay. All right.
Are you attacking number 2 or number 1?
I was attacking number 2.
Okay. It ceases to exist in whatever manner you find most pleasing to describe.
That my 3 out of my 3 cold damage also crit.
Yeah.
Sirius really doesn't like mushrooms.
Wait, did you get a nat 20 on the crit confirm too?
No.
No.
I don't know why it is
I don't know why it's showing as
also a 29 when the die roll showed up as a 17. Oh, wait. You crit on 17s because you keened. That's why.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, so neither of them were a nat 20. They
Oh.
were just both crits.
I see.
That's what it's doing.
But anyway, so he ceases to exist and my turn is over.
Yeah. I guess to Ray of Frostify it just gets burning hands, and then the clump of it that's left gets immediately frozen and just shattered by your blade.
That does double damage on Genshin. You apply ice and then fire, it does melt reaction, it does double damage.
Well, this ain't Genshin. You gotta crit if you want to do damage.
Yeah,
like that.
there's a severe lack of anime titties on this game.
I mean, technically that could have been a 5-foot step series, so if you want to do more movement, you can. Actually, no. What am I saying? If you did a 5-foot step, you can't do any more movement. So your turn's over.
My turn is over.
Elish, that brings us to you.
So is the one that just got vaporized, was that the one that was also wounded?
Number 1 also got hit, but it took half as much damage as the other guy. And number 3 is untouched so far.
Untouched, okay. I'm just gonna do a double shot at number 3.
These digital dice do not like your longbow very much at all.
Not at all, no.
They really, every time you try and pull it out, they're like, actually, what if your arrows hit a rock instead?
I mean, that's cool too.
So I think, unfortunately, these things, they're small, but they're also like sort of a weird shape, right? You know, they get sort of small in places. They have these little noodly appendages, and it's sort of like flopping around a bit in the and like up against the rock, and so it barely is able to move out of the way of your arrows as they dink harmlessly off of the stone behind. That was a 4-round action, though, so that's going to be your whole turn unless you would like to take a 5-foot step.
No, I'm gonna stay put. But for anyone who's familiar, I'm imagining the Bellsprout from Pokemon anime wiggling back and forth rapidly and dodging everything.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it.
Very good.
That brings us to Gabitha next. And then Burb time, and then Ivet.
Damn, Gabitha really doesn't know what to do. Is putting on clothing an action?
Is putting on clothing, is that what you asked?
Are you naked
Yeah.
again?
Yeah, Gabitha just pulled off all of her clothes because she thought she could get here faster. No. Remember the umbral tippet? How I said I have it, like I'm wearing it, but it's like tucked under my, like it's like tucked under my blouse. Like, would pulling it out be an action?
So yeah, typically retrieving an item from any sort of like storage you have, like a pocket or a backpack or something, is a move action. So you would still have a standard action available.
Okay, then I'm gonna pull it out from, because it's like tucked inside of my blouse. So I'm gonna pull it out and around me, and that's gonna be my move action.
Okay.
Or however far I can get. And so Gabitha just becomes like enveloped in darkness. I'm gonna cast Summon Monster.
Okay. What would you like to summon?
I was looking at this list and I was like, what would eat a mushroom?
We just did it earlier in the day.
Someone I bet.
Oh, good point. I'm gonna do a fire beetle. That feels
Okay.
right. And a dolphin just seems like maybe wouldn't work out as well.
I think a dolphin would be at a severe disadvantage in this context.
A land dolphin.
A dolphin on a little like tricycle.
A dolphin on skates.
And can I summon? Because I can summon the monster. So can I, like, as I summon it, choose where it goes? Like, I can choose.
Yeah,
where
anywhere within close range, so 25 feet plus 10. No, plus 15.
Yeah, can I put it behind number 1 so that it's
Like here?
flanking? I can't see here.
Oh, I'm pinging into the darkness.
Well, that's great.
Yeah, that's where I pinged, anyways.
Yeah.
Trying the old flankadile approach.
Yes, you patented the flankadile, but
I love the phrase flankadile, and I think that's what we're calling it for the rest of forever.
Well, this is a fire beetle, so this is a fleetle, like the flank beetle.
Flankadile?
Flankadidle do.
Fire beetle?
Yeah, I think that's the extent of what I'm going to do. I brought out a beetle, and the beetle's gonna like do its thing, right, and start.
Yeah, I believe they attack immediately, so, or rather, take an action immediately, which in this case is going to be attack.
It says to bite.
Okay. Oh, I have to actually roll this. I can't just click it. Sad. Okay, so it's going to take it's actually going to fly up a little bit because they have a fly speed and they can do that. In order to get within biting range of this fungus, but is not going to be able to get it. I think it's like one of these little noodly tentacle things sort of swipes it away and it has to dodge that, and in so doing misses the bite. But it is in flanking position. And you already used your move, so that's going to be bird time. And then Yvette. And then me.
Is the bird still being compulsed to like go into the cavern?
Yes. So that's going to be what it wants to do, but threats between it and the cave, you know, it's still going to want to defend itself.
Take priority. Okay, I guess I think I tell it to stay out of the battle once it gets attacked.
I think maybe a handle animal's in order.
And this one has a bonus because of Link. So I think I can
Okay.
just roll all that together. It's not helpful.
Okay. So you'll have a +4. Okay, I think you are successfully able to stop her from going in on this fungus. So probably she'll just hold current positioning and sort of wait for the coast to be clear. Which would make it Ivette's turn next.
Are this thing actively trying to stop me from going in?
It's swiped at you in an aggressive fashion. So if you're asking if you can walk past it, the answer is yes. But it will continue swiping at you in aggressive fashion if you do.
Yeah, so if it's trying to fuck me up, I'm gonna try to fuck it up. Can I see one from here where I am?
Yes. I'm gonna say yes.
Can I? What if I 5-foot step like behind here so I not on this?
Yeah, that you can definitely see it then.
Okay, I'm gonna shoot one with my gun. Cause guys take 20 minutes on your rounds and like I shoot, and that's my round.
Benefit of not having any spells or complicated stuff is you just get to shoot.
Yeah, I don't get any of my special shit, right?
No.
Yeah, I thought about it.
Yeah, it's very much gone.
I wanted to do it because I wanted to get my 1 great point back.
What did you spend it on?
On the first round of the first battle, I spent 1 on up close and deadly damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was it.
I remember now. So
Yeah.
you fire 2 shots in between Elantra and Sirius at this fungus, and I think one hits it high and one hits it low, and it just sort of like falls into 3 pieces onto the ground. Little singe marks around your bullet holes.
Oh yeah, because fire thing. It's like, does the bullet noise just go echoing the fuck up on the cavern?
Do you want it to?
I mean, I don't have a choice, right? If it does, it does.
I mean, some will certainly, but because you fired the gun from outside the cavern, most of that sound is going to hit the wall.
Oh yeah, that is
in front of
how
you.
sound works.
So there'll definitely be some echoing in there, but certainly not anywhere near as bad as if you had taken like 2 steps forward and done the same thing, or 10 feet movement forward. You know what I mean?
Yeah, guy.
Okay,
That's my turn.
1 of these fungus things left, and it has been unscathed so far. It's like inches forward to get within range of the nearest creature, and it's going to swipe away at Gabitha. Actually, it gets 4 attacks. Let's do 2 and 2. 2 to Gabitha, 2 to Yvette. Let's go crazy.
Woo!
A 9 and a 19 against Gabitha. I'm thinking that's a one hit.
Yeah.
And then a 14 and a 22 against Yvette.
Yeah.
Is that one hit as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
1 and 1.
Both of you give me a fortitude save.
Wow. Okay.
I fail.
It's not a high bar.
I roll so good on my strength
Holy
shit.
shit.
It's so weird.
Pew, pew, pew.
Okay, Gabitha, you're going to take 2 points of bludgeoning damage. I bet you take 3. And you both resist this effect as these tentacles strike you. You can feel a like rot trying to eat away at your skin, but you're able to resist and like rub it off before it does too much damage.
Oh, ew.
You know what I do when I see the try to grab me? I use the like the tip of my gun that I just shot and it's probably still hot, and I burn it so it fucking leaves me alone.
Okay, and that is its whole turn, which brings us back up to the top of the Elantra.
We're gonna bring back
There's one left.
an old classic. I'm gonna cast Jolt.
Good damage.
Reminder that the Shambler is healed with electricity.
Ooh, that is true.
No, it wasn't healed. It added to its Constitution modifier.
Right, my bad. Worse than healed.
Yeah, it got more maximum HP. Yeah, an 18 touch attack absolutely hits. And it takes a 1 point of electricity damage.
What's that?
Shudders slightly. Maybe it's little noodly things get a little briefly stiff for a breath and then back to normal. Sirius, you're next. Unless, Elantra, you have movement if you would like to.
No, but did that hit a weave break?
Oh, you have a... What's your little modifier at? Is it +1? You've just done one thing since the last...
I think I have done, in fact, yeah, one thing.
Then no.
Okay.
Because it's a cantrip, right?
This is a cantrip.
Yeah.
God,
It
I
does
hope
not.
I didn't spend a spell slot for 1d3.
Yeah, seriously. You.
Okay. I think even though Sirius wants to march forward, he would like his mind is still enough there. Like he would like help the party, right?
Deal with the threat first. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. Is that within? Oh, I'll just 5 foot step. It doesn't matter if it's in reach or not. It's in reach now either way. Because I'm just gonna hit it and try and like make the fastest.
Yeah, you're in
possible.
range in your other spot as well.
Okay. Then I will not have 5 foot step. I'm amazing.
Wow. 2 crits in a row? Really?
Holy
Uh-huh.
fuck.
Uh-huh.
Pew, pew, pew. Daddy.
I'm getting them out of the way without shocking grasp, if that makes you feel better, Kyle. Now when I try and use shocking grasp later, I'll do nothing.
It's gonna be all like 3s
Wait,
and
It's
4s.
gonna be all 3s,
You
yeah.
fucking quit on a 15?
I quit crit 15 to 20 when my sword is keen.
Yeah.
Can I make my gun keen?
We could talk. But it won't be down to 15, it'll go to 19. Keening just doubles the range, and the range on this weapon is already quite high. Which is why it gets ridiculous. It's an 18 to 20 weapon, right? So when you double it, you get an
So
extra
doubles
3.
to 15 to 20.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, that thing's gone as well.
Cool.
I think you just get a
I
couple of really swift strikes that go clean through, and it does like a fucking cartoon pause before it slides into a bunch of slices.
Now, can we go forward?
Threats have been neutralized.
And now we have a friendly beetle for a couple of seconds.
Beetle.
I'd like to check to see if there are any arrows I can scavenge on the way in.
I'd like to rename my summon monster 2 to be 2 summon 2 monster.
Surprisingly, both of your arrows are intact, so you can pick both of them back up.
Nice.
Awesome.
Got
Yeah,
on
this
that
just starts
positive.
watching or marching.
Oh yeah, we're still compelled to go, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And Gabatha pulls the
Marching.
tippet up around her.
Who's that?
That's so that stream can see literally anything. I shoved the other version of this into a corner and I can't get it again, so I'm 0 for 2 for pushing people off the map.
That's Dan the Light.
That's Spec the Tater.
Yeah, it's Spec T, also known as Spectator.
I was gonna say you could just put it over Gabatha since she's kind of just a shadowy mass right now.
I mean, your beetle follows along with you for a little bit, but it only lasts a number of rounds, I think. So,
Yeah,
like
I can't
30
talk to
seconds,
it.
it's gonna follow you around.
The light changes when I move.
Oh, I'm gonna give the beetle a mushroom pop over.
Nice.
I'm gonna say
It
thank
gobbles
you.
that down greedily before disappearing back from wherever it came from.
We don't think about that.
Yeah, no, it's definitely best not to think about it. Okay, so as you all enter this cavern with your magical lights with you, I think we have a dancing lights and we have a light spell, at least.
We have 2 dancing lights.
Two dancing lights. Okay, that's plenty of light for you all to illuminate any chamber that you get into. But the cavern slopes down until you get to this opening. There's dirt along the ground. There's fungal growths sort of all over the place along the walls, like some licheny stuff that has been sort of tinted a faint purple. The haze still persists through here, but it is a little lighter, a little thinner. And I think as you venture forward, we're going to call it here.
Cliffhanger.
And we can explore this cavern more later, but I mean, those of you who are hearing things, it feels like you're close. Feels like this cave is leading you to the end. Or rather to whoever is beckoning you forward.
It feels like we're close, guys.
There. It's always how it is, right when you enter the cave.
Depends on the cave.
Right on the edge.
Oh,
Of
shit.
glory?
And I'm hanging on a moment with you.
Yes! How many people can I make burst out in song at once?
Well, I mean, with me and Welby in the call, it's
Not difficult.
It's at least 2 every time.
Did you all do? Also, I just saw the message. Did you do a tavern talk about the tree after?
No.
No.
If we survive, and then
Yeah.
That'll be post adventure. Although I
What's the
suppose we
difference-
could have done one then, just because everyone was there, but we didn't.
Yeah, but also like a bunch of that tavern talk involves going back to the city and talking with the city about the tree.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah,
Yeah, I figure it's a circle back sort of thing.
yeah.
It
Oh,
certainly
okay.
feels post-threat kind of priority.
Tree is the
Sure.
only priority.
I'm gonna have to find the least intrusive spot to put this spectator guy.
What's crazy to me is how you found my dad's Facebook profile picture for the spectator icon.
I mean, we don't mind seeing it. You can just have it on us. It's fine.
God damn it.
Wait, okay, sorry. I'm not familiar with this. So basically, wherever you put that is where, like, the map spans out from,
POV for
or-
stream.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's the
cool.
POV for stream because all of your tokens have I have like dynamic lighting on for this, right? Which is why things show and hide as you move around. And so all of your tokens have vision, but the stream doesn't control any of your tokens. The stream is a separate player, right? It doesn't see what I see. So it has to have a token as well that has vision. So it's that.
This lighting is so fun now.
Yeah, it's neat.
I really like this version that doesn't have like facing. I played in a Roll20 campaign that had like the direction your token is facing mattered, and so I was constantly just spinning my token so I
Oh.
could see the room I was in instead of just like a 30-degree cone in front of me.
That sounds annoying. I've never seen that under the options, but there is a newer version of lighting that this game doesn't use because you have to like upgrade the whole like game. And then it updates all of the maps, and I'm like, I don't use the lighting that aggressively, and what I have now works for the few times that I ever want to actually use it. Which is like, it's been like 3 times that I've used it, so.
Yeah, this was a game back in like 2018 or something.
Interesting.
I'll tell you more about it off stream.
Well, yeah, thanks for joining today, everyone. Thrilling conclusion
let's
next
go
week.
for 4 more hours.
I have like 4 off-stream stories to tell, and then I have to go finish moving.
So we finish next week. Easy.
Yeah, we should be able to finish next week. No problemo.
Because we all die.
Yeah.
Easy peasy.
One
Maybe.
possibility.
Although everyone pretty much is full HP now. For the most part.
We might be
so...
compelled, but at least we're not compelled in a way that prevents us from defending ourselves.
You say
Yeah.
that? You say, oh, everyone is full HP, and then something hits us and does like 33 damage.
Yeah, can I point out, like, the mushroom dudes attacked us after Alesh gathered mushrooms, and we cooked them.
What? No, they didn't attack you. Oh, I guess these 3 did. The myceloids that you walked past didn't care at all.
Yeah, they didn't
I
care.
was
We
really interested on them.
Feed their children. I'm just saying.
I was very
Children
interested
seem strong.
on the mushroom thing.
Offspring.
Yeah, but we
was
taught them
kinda
not to mess
sad.
with us ever again. It's fine.
I was kind of sad
right.
that I had to. Can we make the mushroom creatures a playable race, please?
No, because then
Absolutely.
you're gonna try to get Yvette killed so you can come back as a mushroom.
I would never try to get a vet killed. I would
I
just
agree.
play another one. I did that already once.
I don't think myceloids have very good movement. I don't know if they'd be able to keep up with a party.
But they look funny.
Maybe a myceloid
They
on a
do
sled or
look
something.
fun. Yeah, their speed is 20 feet, which I mean isn't unheard of. There's slow races.
Yeah,
But
mine look 30.
No,
I guess I'm
not going to make
suggesting-
them a playable race to
Oh.
shortcut that conversation.
Whoa.
Well, what I was
That sounded like a
suggesting
soft- Yeah, go
was
ahead.
we all play mice.
No, we tried. Okay, no. You're bringing up. Okay, so a long time ago when I used to DM for 5e, I had this idea of that Jonathan, Rob, and I came up with of doing a Bardy party, which was just everyone was a bard, and we were like, this is actually the worst idea in the world because nothing would ever get done, but it would be very dramatic and entertaining.
At least Bard has a bunch of like different subclasses that you can kind of make a functional party around.
But it'd be a room full of Leos or a choir full of Leos. It's too much. There's also a high overlap between Leo, Bard, Soprano.
I'd like to do an Oops All game. They seem fun.
What's that?
Oops All Bards, Oops All Fighters, everyone the same class or the same species
fun.
or whatever,
Oops All Rogues.
Yeah.
I thought we were just talking about like
Oops All
different parties
Rogues
now.
specifically, I think could be
That'd just be
really
fun
good
you just
because
make a band of thieves.
yeah, because there's lots of sort of things that a group of all rogues would fall into archetype wise. And I guess same with Bard, but it's a little bit less interesting for like an Oops All Fighters because then it's just like
Rogue, you
all
could,
you
like,
want to
try
do
and
is
rob a
fight. That's what every
manor,
party wants
like,
to do.
You could do all sorts of stuff.
Okay,
Bards of
that's what we're going to
Ford
call
is
it for
cool.
this week. The conclusion next week. How many of them can I kill? Hopefully it's more than 0.
Also, creation.
Find
Bards of
out.
Creation is very nice.
Same
'cause
time,
it's
same
basically
place.
A Disney princess.
Until then, see ya.